Hello, everybody. We're D&D Boyband, and you can hear me now. A group of friends that all like to play D&D Pretty Boys, because apparently it's not fantasy unless everybody's hot. My name is Jamie, and tonight we are on the second episode of our brand new campaign that we've been planning for over a year now. From me coming up with my entirely homebrew world, guys designing their characters, setting up one-shots, getting to know them, and I'm really excited to get to know the world with all of you and them. Joining me tonight are a group of my closest friends who I've been playing D&D with for several years now. I think we can do character intros this time as well, rather than just their names. So first of all, Ben, who is playing Mercy, who you would have met last session.
Hello.
Erin, who is playing Toad.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Sai, playing Quan. Clued, playing Casimir.
Hello there.
Eski as Pod.
Hello.
Unfortunately, Luke can't be with us, but Arvis will still be.
Rest in
So wish
peace.
Luke all the best. Oh, Luke's not dead. We hope.
Rest in peace.
It does
Wow.
sound like that.
Well,
He
between
is no longer with us.
Casimir and Pod,
But
that's
the
not going to
show
be a problem.
must go on.
Yeah.
The show must go on.
Grave cleric and necromancer in one party.
This
That's
just,
fine.
this just means Luke can come back next week and be like, reports of my demise were greatly exaggerated, and I'll be very pleased about it.
That does mean that I'm in charge of the music, so if it does stop, please say something, because I'm probably gonna screw it up.
Do not.
I'm proud of you.
Completely.
I'm proud of you. Eski.
I'm doing my best.
DJ Eski in the house.
Oh, thank you very much, Jen. Appreciate it. So first of all, community one-shots. Put it out last week. The invites are up there. We will shut invites at the end of the session. So if you haven't signed up, you're not in the Discord, please go. We've had way over like 5, which is what we run for a session. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a doodle poll. Please put all the dates you can do, and then I'll select which ones work best for everybody to make sure everybody gets a game. Oh, this very cute cat.
You just
and I'll
yeeted the bowl.
Yeah. And I'll probably do a couple of different one-shots as well. So hopefully they will line up for people. But yeah, sign up by the end of the session just so I have an idea of numbers, and get a chance to play with us, me, the group, and maybe try D&D. They're all going to be vaguely geared around beginners, or just try some stuff out. That's great. Clued, you have some announcements.
Oh, I do. Well, the first one is more of a thank you than an announcement, but it was just a shout out to Geckohedron on Instagram, who made the most beautiful dice for Casimir, and I mentioned it on stream last time, but yeah, no, they're like super pretty. I think we have like a little thank you thing for her. But yeah, no, they're amazing. She does an amazing job. So find her at Geckohedron on Instagram. You are the best, Gecko. Thank you. Your stuff is beautiful.
I'm really sorry, the
And-
overlay's kind of scuffed, but you can see. We can see Luke over here.
And she sent me like the cutest little sticker and stuff with it, and it was just the best. It was the happiest package I've ever received, and they've got these like really cool little black edges because they've got like black swirls, and it's very spooky, and I love it. So thank you.
Nice. Thank you, Geckohedron.
Thank you, Adrian. Aaron, I believe you had a thank you.
Oh, I do. Yes, I do. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up because the overlays are scuffed. I thought Clued had one more announcement first.
I do have one,
sorry,
yeah, but well, I mean, it's not an announcement. I drew a picture. That's not really an announcement. But anyway, it's off our rival party. So that's in the Discord, potentially on the overlays. I'm not sure.
It is on the overlays.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, they're the guys from last session. We hate them. Boo hiss. That's it.
Corin be kind of hot though.
Yeah. Okay. I guess the main thing is who are we all gonna date, because I was trying to rank the wife ranking in my head, and I actually kind of struggled.
They're all
I
pretty
feel like-
attractive, not gonna lie.
Yeah, there are good candidates here. Anyway, I digress. That's the end of my talking.
Okay. So my update is just a really quick thank you to Jen, who absolutely shocked me last week by sending me some fan art of Toad even before we had started streaming. So thank you so much, Jen. That was really sweet of you. And you can see his artwork on the stream right now, and I love it. It's so beautiful. So thank you very much. And you'll also see this artwork in the art reel that happens during our breaks as well. So keep an eye out. Cool. And with that, I think we are done with announcements? Question mark.
We are indeed.
Cool.
Other than, so this is the second episode. I will do a quick recap now, but if you do want the thorough and complete recap, Clued has very kindly written up an essay as the group's nominated note taker supreme, which you can find in our Discord, which is the best case to keep up to date with what we're doing, community one shots and past session notes, as well as eventually when I can work out exactly how I want it to be, rather than just reveal the entire world to everybody, the world anvil link to this. And any kind of recaps, videos, and everything. Also, a thank you to Erin, who has put out, I think, 2 reels and TikToks based on last session, which is very fun, very funny, some of them.
I'm sorry I'm so cringy, guys, but I hope someone can appreciate it.
I fucking died, actually.
Jeff.
Great.
We can all embrace our Gen Z and embrace the cringe. We may all be
Yeah.
millennials, but...
Don't kill the cringe, kill the part of you that cringes. That's my motto.
So, recap of last session. We began with each of you making your way around the festival. There was an unsuccessful assassination attempt by Version Casimir, interrupted by Kwan. There was a successful snail race by Pod, and a relatively unsuccessful one by Toad, as Arvis made his way through the crowd, pickpocketing those distracted. You then all made your way to the Trial of Skill, where you showed off and were all selected to appear under Ilara Lumina, while your rival, led by Malik, as Clue Draw, were selected as well. You are both competing to rid the Stormlands of the bandit captain, Razor Jalen, who we do have artwork of. Those of you may have seen that Lefty has joined the Discord. They have created the artwork for Razor, which will be revealed perhaps a bit later. Other than that, there were some weird goings on, which may or may not get addressed this session, or even the next couple of sessions. But for now, all of you are being taken by your team captain to your quarters. You will be staying in Fort Valor in the seat of House Lumina for the next 12 days, a week in Lukai. And in that time, you will have time to prepare, get to know each other, get to know the other team, plan your approach to how you are going to take down Razor, understand more about the world, what's been going on if you haven't been in this part of the world before, and gel and train as a team. We're probably going to do some roleplay interspersed with some downtime. I've asked you guys to have a little think about what you want to do, but for now, you are being taken. It's not too late. It's probably 6 or 7, but the festival is certainly beginning to die down as you are taken through by Ilara to her house, shown through the many elaborate halls. Stonework is intricate. Clearly, this is a house that is not particularly afraid of spending some money, ostentatious almost. And you are brought to a room that's clearly been repurposed for your arrival. It's a large room, very grand, but clearly not set up, or these beds that have been set up aren't permanent. There are double bunks kind of across of each room, a large fireplace, which is currently off at the moment, some wardrobes that have been emptied. It's comfortable, but definitely not decadent. There's a decent amount of space for all of you, but you will be bunking.
Hang on. We're all in the same room. Really?
Well, of course, I've heard it's great for bonding.
Huh. He looks around the room nervously.
I'm quite happy with this. I'm used to sharing a room with others.
I bet you are.
He just smiles politely at Casimir, not quite understanding the intent behind that.
And Jamie, that's Ilara speaking. She's the one who's with us.
Yes, Ilara
She
Lumina,
will be with
your
us.
team captain.
I don't suppose you have a single room, something more private. I just, it's been a long day, and I'm not quite sure I'm ready to spend the night with these folks. Wonderful though they all are.
Well, isn't that the problem? You should be. We're going to be spending nights out together under the sun, fighting, defending each other, getting to know each other as soon as possible.
Yeah, maybe we could ease
Nights
into
out
it.
under the moon.
We have a week. We can ease into it. Maybe I could enjoy my last week of having a real bed.
Make a persuasion check.
Yes. I shall. That's... Oh, okay, that's a 15.
She kind of pauses, looks a little bit crestfallen, and is like, well, if you think it's not a good idea, I can ask if there's anything available, but eventually you'll need to. I'll go check.
No, it's a wonderful idea. Very forward-thinking of you. I just personally am not quite ready, so thank you for your willingness to adapt.
Well, Father has told me that Malik need to go for a briefing, and then I can come back and let you all know about our mission. Our mission we're all going to go on together. I can't wait.
Yay.
Catch you in a bit. And she kind of, please, if there's anything, ring a bell, a servant, come give you anything you need. Any ideas you have, any preparation, let me know, and we can reconnect. We can circle back to do this later. And she steps out, looking, her kind of smile restored, begins to walk off, presumably to go to the briefing with Malik and her father.
She needs to go align with
Right.
stakeholders.
Go alignment.
Circle back.
And you are left alone, standing awkwardly around each other.
While the girl is somewhat optimistic about this adventure, she raises a good point. We are to be spending some time in each other's company, and it would behoove us to know exactly where we are coming from. I'm looking particularly at you, and he looks at Chasm.
Why particularly me?
Well, when we met, you indicated that you had some apprehension that I might be from the island nation of Sacramar, which I understand is a place of mercantile trade and some religious following. But you seemed quite apprehensive about it.
What's this
And then-
music?
I don't know.
Esky, what's happening?
Hey,
He's
that
just
wasn't me. That was whatever was preloaded. I hit skip. It went to something I hadn't loaded up. And it just went
Mercy's
mad.
background
Rock
music
trade-
fucking
Mercy's
slaps.
just like, tell me about your backstory.
Tell me about your backstory, hardcore.
Trailer Western.
You will
by
tell
Impact
me.
United.
I didn't ask for that. I
Can
didn't
anybody
ask
hear
for
the
that.
death metal in the background?
Look, I stopped it immediately.
We
Right?
have a character theme song. I love it.
Yeah.
Do not disappoint.
Tell me about your backstory.
All right, Batman.
That was your opportunity to have like an absolute like Team Rocket entrance.
my God.
Well, now that you're listening,
What were you saying? Mercantile, religious, yes.
Fuck those. I don't know.
Yes, yeah. I am from Sacramar, yes, it's true. I grew up there. Nothing will come to pass that will impact any of you negatively from my histories. You are all safe on that front, and there is nothing that will bother you. Particularly not in the Stormlands.
Can I roll an insight check against you, please?
Yeah. You sure can. Is this like a contested guy? I guess I'll roll against it.
Wait, that's a D12.
Should I roll the one with the little floating
guess not.
skulls? I think I should.
12 plus. I'm so sorry. I should have.
Well, it's a 5. But I think, to be honest, you probably feel like he is telling the truth to you. I think
Okay.
he feels pretty confident that he is in no danger whatsoever here.
Okay,
And
cool.
at least it won't bother you.
Yeah.
And I suppose, right back at you as my would-be assassin, I understand that you're done with all of that now, but are you going to be conducive, helpful? Are you going to help us achieve our mission? You're just sort of hanging around waiting till I die, right? That was your
That's
plan?
exactly correct. I
Right.
understand that the weave, the God's weave, that which determines the destiny of all mortals, will eventually sort of correct itself, a bit like a wound that heals, you being the wound in this case. And it's my job to not only ensure that you are healed over by its own means, but also that you don't hurt any more of the body. That would be these people who all have destinies as well.
Yes, a misbegotten stain of an existence that I am, I shall eventually keel over and die, and you'll be there to watch it. Good, great. And in the process, I assume we'll defeat Razor, bring her to justice, and succeed in our mission.
Exactly.
So we're aligned, great. Good.
And I mean, there is nothing to fear from any of these people because, well, they don't matter. You are the aberrant here, and they are just normal people.
I think they all matter very much. Toad, don't let anyone tell you you don't matter. You too, Pod. Paladin, I'm not sure about you, but...
Thank you.
I think
I'm so glad we're all getting on so well.
I
Great,
agree.
isn't it?
Oh, did you bring the board games? We could play a board game.
What's a board game?
You know, those things we picked up in the tavern. There was that one with the cards.
Oh.
I might have it, and he kind of starts rummaging around his pack. And then after a while, he produces like some deck of cards.
Oh,
I
those cards. Yes, Sorry, I forgot about them.
There are some who say that partaking in gaming is an exercise in delusion.
I actually agree. May I remind you, everyone, that we're not here to have fun. This is a no fun allowed trip. We're off to hunt a dangerous bandit queen, and there's no room for error. Over the next week, after which we should leave, I expect you all to be training to make up for your shortcomings. Mercy, you couldn't even punch me, and let's be honest, I'm not the best in melee combat. Toad, you're probably fine, but the rest of you...
Well, actually, I think
No
that...
gaming. There shall be no gaming here.
Rest is quite important, though. I think that the perfect day is split perfectly between 8 hours of rest and 8 hours of fun and 8 hours of work.
8 hours of fun.
Yes. Fun, I guess, is the right word, but no?
I have no time for fun.
You must live a very
kind of leans over to Tony.
dull life.
I don't think he likes board games.
Well, I'm not very good at them anyway, so maybe it's for the best if we don't play the board games.
I told you, it's
Games.
not about being good at them. It's about having fun.
But I can't read
Games
the
are a
numbers.
luxury for children.
Jimmy, can you explain exactly where everyone else is in the room? Like, how close they are to us, who's actually here?
There is nobody else in the room outside of you and Arvis at the moment. The door is shut. The beds are it's a rectangular room, quite long. You're 6 sets of beds are lined up. Sorry, 3 sets of double bunk beds are lined up against one wall. Other side, fireplace, wardrobes that clearly have been emptied. This may once have been a room for a single person that has been repurposed for all of you. Everything else seems to have been taken out, though. So you're all gathered around the center of the room, I imagine, maybe near the fireplace, but wherever you want to be. There is a large window on one side as well, looking out over what remains of the fair with the last of the day's light flickering through.
But before we move on to the frivolities, what about the rest of you? I'm still not assured that each one of you is not some sort of untrustworthy spy. Although I appreciate the irony in me saying that.
Why would we be spying?
Also, who in this group looks untrustworthy?
I
Most of you.
will tell you firsthand that appearances can be deceiving.
But
What is each of your stories?
I don't understand why you would join a party to stop Razor Yalin to spy. I don't understand. It seems like a waste of time. Wouldn't you just go to the Stormlands and do what she's doing already?
It's true. It's a pretty sad point in our lives to find ourselves here hunting bandits in the Stormlands, let's be honest. I don't imagine anyone particularly wants to come here for the fun of it. So, I'll take the fact that you're here as commitment to the cause. I just want to know that you're more committed than the other guys, because Malik seems to have picked himself a troop of... I'm not sure what they're about, and I think we should find out in the next week.
They seem quite nice.
I don't think
We should work together.
I really don't think we should work together.
Why not?
I don't think they want to work together.
No, well, for starters, Fazul Chembrel killed my cat the first time I met him within about 15 seconds. So
That was
there's
very
that.
rude, actually. I'm
but
very
It was
sorry about that.
extremely rude.
Was your cat not already dead?
It was already dead, but he killed it again. That which is dead can die once again.
I see.
And even if my cat were dead, he didn't know that. He's still the psychopath that kicked an animal so hard it spontaneously exploded.
Yes, that is true.
And who knows about the rest of them?
There are
I
some.
suggest we find out what the rest of them are about. And whatever preparations they're making in the next week, we cut them short. In the spirit of fun, if that makes you feel better about it, Toad. Mischief.
I'm always down for a bit of mischief.
What was that, Mercy? Sorry.
I have heard among some of the matron's followers that one of their sayings is, "What is dead may never die." So, an interesting proverb to ponder. But
We can think about that hard, yes.
Well, if you
as a
think
philosophy,
about it, whenever something dies, it's broken down into organic matter, which is then usually turned into new organic matter, so therefore the circle of life continues.
And sometimes it's practical to keep said organic matter in circulation a little longer before it's time. You know, help with building. Skeletons are very useful.
Or defending your home.
Or defending your home, or helping out with chores, or hunting down bandits in the Stormlands. Lots of applications.
Making broth.
Making broth, very practical, exactly.
He looks very
So-
proud for coming up with such a suggestion.
Wait, so you put the skeletons in a bone broth?
You can.
What flavour would that be?
Depends on the sauce, I suppose.
There's a knock on the door.
What do bones taste like? Yep.
Hello?
Any answer?
Yes.
I assume they just come in like.
Yeah, wait,
I'm
people
really
are
impressed
polite.
they gave us the privacy. Like,
Oh,
go away.
It's me, it's Alara, I'm back.
Hello, Alara.
Welcome.
So, got the briefing. I thought we should all discuss what the best plan is. Now, how much do you all know about the storm?
Lara, do you have any enemies who might wish you harm on this journey?
Nope.
Do you owe anyone money? Do you owe favours to a guild? Have you committed a crime in a province for which you're wanted?
you had an accident, which isn't your fault.
She stops for a second, considers. Nope, I think I paid everyone back for the last expedition. Nope, pretty good.
Do I believe her?
Yeah, go for it.
Let me roll insight. That one's much better. That one's a 21.
21. You get the sense that she believes that she has acted completely correctly. Whether or not she actually has, unsure.
Yeah,
She
That's
believes
fine.
it.
That doesn't matter. That's fine. Cool. I sort of nod and I say, so you wouldn't be inclined to, say, cut the throat of one of your erstwhile companions while they sleep at night in the wilderness?
God, no. Why? Then they wouldn't be around to help me.
Mercy's asking because they've already tried that.
No. I have
Wait,
not.
did you guys, well, the minute I left, did you start a brawl? That's just not cricket.
I tried playing cards, but nobody wants to.
I can assure you, Alara, our behavior was quite acceptable since you've been gone. No brawls to speak of. We've just been talking about broth, he says,
Oh, it's
questioning.
well, it's a good hearty meal for a couple of days on the road. Glad we've already talked to preparations. We'll of course be provided with dried meats, nuts, seeds, vegetables, whatever we need whilst we, set off. How many days do you think we'll need? Well, I guess it depends what route we take. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. There are essentially 3 main routes we can choose into the Stormlands. We can take a boat to go to the westernmost part around the side. We can go through the various passages of the Emerald Mountains here. We can attempt to go through the Jagged Teeth from the south, which is kind of a combination of both. It depends what we decide, where we think Razor is most likely to be, or where we want to begin our start. And depending on where we go, there will be more or less available help and contacts, and we'll need to prepare for a longer trip. It all makes sense?
Well, perhaps we should share our both magical and mechanical capabilities and resources. Do we have any teleportation magic, for example? I mean, you don't look like a natural mage, but I said before, appearances can be deceiving.
I can't teleport, no. And given the uncertainty of Razor's location, no, we can't teleport.
I think then we ought to start with Razor. Where is she? Where has she been attacking? Any known sites of encampment, allies, supply routes, all of that?
So, within the past couple of months, as you know, Razor has been carrying out a guerrilla campaign across the Stormlands, not always led by her, sometimes led by various lieutenants. For our purposes, the last time Razor was seen was about 2 months ago, and she led an assault on Storm Harbor to the far west, the port city that exists kind of between to the very, very, very west towards the edge of the storm. That's where we could maybe take a boat. A group matching that description ambushed a ported vessel that had run ashore and foul of some winds, killed everybody, took the boat, and spent some time harrying various merchant vessels between here, Dominus, and Zenith, Sacramar. That was, again, approximately 2 months ago. We don't know if Razor herself boarded the ship. She was not reported amongst those who were eventually captured and sunk. So it's presumed that maybe she took the boat and then went back into the Stormlands. The most recent attack, however, was from Reedholm, an area slightly more, not entirely to the east, but more inwards to the Stormlands from Storm Harbor. There seems to be the epicenter of where these attacks and raids are coming from. Raiding civilian caravans, raiding just people making their way through, traveling, attacks on patrols. This is the most frequent area, as it were. So, however, the reason this is quite so complicated is it's clear that the group is quite spread out and term for it. It doesn't matter. They are clearly attacking from lots of different angles and places, and Razor is only present in some of these. Like I said, her most recent was Storm Harbor, but she could turn up somewhere else nearby. So either we can attempt to establish a pattern, we can wait for her somewhere, or we need to go out into the fens, into the swamps itself, and find her by any means necessary.
So she appears to have a fairly large network and camp of allies, lieutenants, and all of that, people enacting her commands. What is she after? Is it just wealth she is accruing in these attacks? Is it out to cause maximum damage and bodily harm? What is she doing?
Our theory, working theory, that she's asking about ruins to do with the Gale Feather Enclave. As you all know, this land was once home to the Aarakocra's civilization. However, after the war between the giants and dragons, the storm giants and cloud giants were banished here. And in their banishment and in their conquering, approximately about 1,000 years ago, that civilization was pretty much wiped out. I don't want to be rude, but ever since then, it's been kind of a backwater of temporary civilizations, towns that kind of get flooded, or citizens. That's why we're here, to bring prosperity and agriculture and safety to this land. And that seems to be what her questions are focusing on. She wants to find kind of this former cities of power of this place. For what end, as to yet unknown, but be it some ancient artifact she believes existing, be it knowledge seeking, I'm not sure. But of the people who have kind of escaped or from her questions are around ruins of the Galefeather Enclave.
Jamie, sorry. Galefeather, that was a Aarakocra city or a giant city?
Aarakocra city, civilization that ruled and lived here, kind of a hybrid between having some treehouse settlements, some settlements on the ground, but mainly in the mountains that were predominantly wiped out. Some of them still exist, but they are but a shadow of their former self. You certainly know that. The rest of you have some cognition of the history of Bukai.
Personally, my inclination is to try learn more about what it is she's after. It would be easiest to trap her and anticipate her if we know what it is she wants. Ideally, now this may come as an odd request, Elara, do we have access to any corpses, any survivors of her attacks, or otherwise not survivors, victims of her attacks, or even corpses of her troops lying around anywhere?
Odd question. Yes.
Pod's a cleric. You can talk to the dead. And...
Oh, wonderful. So not here, obviously. If we were to, the most recent attack, as I said, Gale Harbor, we were to take think that there are casualties on both sides. They have been buried, and that would be fine. However, were we to go, the closest settlement isn't Storm Harbor. That would take at least, I think, 2 weeks by sea. Should we choose to go that way? Otherwise, it will be Siltstone is the kind of fort town closest past the Emerald Passageway. That's where her raids are less sporadic. We're more heavily armored, but there have been them. They've been a bit more intermittent than they were, and I think the last one was several months ago, so I don't know if that would still work. Reed Home would be where we'd go if we went through the jagged jaws, and that would be more towards the heart of the Stormlands, if we believe being in the center is where we should start. But if you wanted the quickest access to a corpse, we would take through the Emerald Passageway mountains to Siltstone.
Jamie, sorry, where is Storm Harbor on the map?
Right, so it's not on the map right now, but if you look at the Stormlands, or at least I look at the Stormlands when my map actually opens.
I've also got a map on stream right now.
So do you see, like, basically if you draw a line between the S and the end, there is a small harbor and passageway there. That is so basically very, very close to the Path of Gold. It probably is actually technically in the Fields of Gold Preserve. It's on that side, so there's a harbor there.
Like on the edge of the cape, basically.
Basically on the edge of the cape. Yeah. Reed Home is a bit more in the center. It's basically the largest quasi city, whereas the two towers that are nearest the Emerald Passageway, that represents Siltstone. So there are more smaller villages. These are kind of the main three settlements that exist. Siltstone, the other side of the Emerald Passageway. Reed Home, the one that's near the kind of actual heart of the Stormlands, and then far to the east, the Harbour City. That you'll probably have a small trek, but you'll be the other side of the Stormlands, essentially.
And for each, do we know what we're talking like? City, city means in this circumstance 5,000, 10,000. Are we talking like stone walls, or are we talking like palisade fences?
For Reedhome, you're talking palisade fences because it's smallish. You're probably talking about no more than a couple of thousand people. Storm Harbor's more reasonable. You're probably talking in the like tens of thousands. As you are for Siltstone, which is more of kind of the front base of where the Bulwark's army is now camped, essentially, because they don't want to go too far into the Stormlands because their supply lines are too disrupted. So it's more of a fortress town, but it was a settlement before where they've chosen to camp. But it's close enough to the rest of the Bulwark to Fort Valor that it can be regularly supplied without interruption from Razor. In terms of allegiance to you, Storm Harbor's probably like there. You have contact, like the Larry says. We have contacts in Storm Harbor that are willing to help us and aid us. Siltstone is entirely loyal. Freedhome, we have contacts and people, but they're very much their own people, and they should keep that. But I'm not entirely sure of the amount of help we've received should we go there. Our caravans, our supplies would be limited. Once we're there, we're there on our own.
Ilara,
We do our job.
correct me if I'm wrong, but the way you've set this up, this is a race between us and Malik's contingent, yes?
Some healthy competition to make sure the job gets done.
Healthy competition, yes. We feel very healthy about it. Very positive. All in the spirit of fun. But, if it's a race, do we think this is a fastest to completion? Or do we think Razor is a threat that requires careful steps and perhaps more preparation? Go slow to go fast sort of approach. You'll have more insight on this than I do.
Well, we'll be in a fight. This is a fight to the death. Ours, them. I'd always take an extra time. We might only ever have one shot at this. I wouldn't want to rush headlong in and be sitting in front of an ambush. I mean, that's her magnum opus. I don't think we can rush headlong into this. We need to plan, we need to prepare, and I certainly don't want to be walking through the Stormlands unabated and then be surrounded by arrows.
How strong is she? You've seen our capabilities in a trial of talent, but how strong is she?
We've sent, some of our more hardened troops, and it's difficult to answer, not because I'm unwilling, but they never fight on fair terms, and I appreciate that that's what's working for them, and they would lose, of course they would, but it's always kicking off one by one. It's always until it doesn't matter how strong you are. A child could kick you over. So they've certainly had losses. They're not invincible. I don't know how much Razor gets involved. She's been recognized, so clearly she's there. Reports are mixed. Some have her as right in the throng with knives flailing and armor gleaming. The others have her set far away watching the battlefield the entire time. As with all, truth is the first casualty in war, and our information is mixed.
How quotable.
Thank you. I read it in a book.
It seems like we should be trying to find the most information then. I mean, going surely to a town or a village that's been previously raided or attacked makes sense. We can talk to anyone who's had any experience with her or her group.
They all have, but I agree, and that's the purpose of this group and the other one, that we aren't a big lumbering army. We are a specialized task force, and we can flip the tables. We will know where Razor is going to be, and we can ambush her and bring a swift end to this injustice.
It's so inspiring, Ilara. Has anyone ever told you that?
I've been trying. I've been reading quite a few books.
You're doing very well.
I thought so.
I think you're doing great.
So it's not
Thank
to
you. I'm really glad we've got
Reedhome.
such a positive team.
We're not going to the heart of the Stormlands. We are either taking the Emerald Mountain route, or we're taking the boat to Storm Harbor. I think the most recent set of attacks would be the most useful, but that's the 2-week travel by sea, yes?
Yes. It's the most recent attack and the one where Razor was reported. Correction. Razor was most recently reported near Storm Harbor.
Yeah.
The most recent attack was Reedhome.
I've never been on a boat before. So
Oh, it's very fun. You'll love it.
Really?
yes.
How have you managed that? This whole world is suspended by sea.
Other travel ways, routes.
Oh, so you must be from this preserve, or are you? You must be.
Well, yes, Pod and I walked here.
Oh wow.
From where?
Over that way, and he kind of like points like roughly kind of southwest from here.
Casimir knows like exactly the direction and probably can like name some cities. I Clued cannot, but
Yeah.
From-
So, are you pointing in the correct direction?
I'm pointing in the direction of Tetheriel.
Yeah. So, Tetherial, the kingdom of the elves, is where you are being told these people have walked from.
so you spent time with the Elven realms then.
Oh yes.
That's advice.
How fun! I'd love to go one day.
You would love it. It's our month next month. I'm so excited. It's when we all get together and spend a weekend of fun and meetings. Lots of meetings, but mostly fun.
We've established I don't do fun, so
Well,
could try
maybe
sometime.
you could try it. Yes, Pod, exactly. You could try it.
Atropos shrinks down, face slimming, beard disappearing.
Oh.
Ears like
I
elongating.
hate that.
High cheekbones, like pure, like shockingly blue eyes, and like alabaster got like blonde hair.
Well,
and,
that's some trick. That will be useful, I'm sure.
And Amarathia says, "Atra esterni ono Thelduin, Pod, Toad,"
You say
which
that's
is
a-
basically like a greeting, a formal greeting in Elvish.
I don't think Pod speaks Elvish.
Oh, Toad speaks. Wait, is this Sylvan or Elvish?
Yeah, he speaks Sylvan actually. So if it's Sylvan, he speaks it.
You can, for the purpose of this, Elvish is Sylvan. Sylvan is like a particular thing, but yes.
Then Toad
Alright,
and
then he
Pod
understands.
understand.
he
Smile and
kind of
nod.
like very enthusiastically responds with a small wave
Ben, what did
And
you
then
say to
pauses.
us?
and goes,
I don't speak
Oh.
Elvish IRL.
"You noob."
It's basically just like may the blessings of the forest go with you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Toad says that back. I'm not gonna try to pronounce it though.
Melon.
Hello.
Well, well, that's great. We're already bonding, speaking different languages. I can't wait. So much fun.
All right, so really it's the mountain pass or a trip by sea.
Yes, and on the way, I can brief you about the various tenants I've heard about, the tactics, what's been going on. Maybe we can plan to trap a specific one.
I also want to know what the others are doing and why they're doing it.
Oh, want me to ask Matic?
No.
Oh.
No, I don't think we should ask Malik anything. Are any of you particularly good at information finding?
Yes. I'd say so. It
I'll
depends.
take your word for it.
It depends, but yes. I would say yes.
I've been known to accumulate information every now and then.
All right, our would-be assassin and Toad, master of the forest mushrooms. You will assimilate information on the others' activities. I also think we should be careful about what we tell them. Do not tell them what we are considering. Try not to let them know what we're capable of. Just stay cagey. Civil, but cagey.
I completely agree. Healthy competition, but we are all working towards the same goal. Their success is our success.
On that note, just a question. Do you have any way of communicating with the other team, with anyone here? How
Certainly,
will we know?
Well, we'll bring back Razor alive or evidence that she's been killed, but that's good. You know, right? Do you think we need to be in constant contact?
Well, I mean, things can happen. I mean, if we were to go out to sea for 2 weeks and there was a major event that happened and we were too far away to help out, then, I mean, we'd arrive too late to do anything, surely.
Right, some way of communicating. I'll talk to Father, see if there's a way we can make sure that they know where we are and we know where they are.
If
Just in
Zol
case.
Chamberlain meets a sticky and awful end, I must know, so we can avoid the area. Of
That would
course.
be awful.
Terrible. So
And I suppose I'm not the most fond of being on the water, so I mean, my vote would go towards the mountain pass, but we'd also be further away from, like I said, helping anyone that might need it. If any villages or towns or cities nearby,
why would we do
wouldn't be able
that?
to help. But help the people in need.
We're there to find a bandit.
To help the people that have been afflicted by her crimes.
We'll collect the reward and the glory, but we're there to catch a bandit.
But it's not about the reward and the glory, it's about helping the people. And he's saying this like quite carefully, like he's aware that Casimir probably isn't on the same page.
It's quite right too. Absolutely.
So, hypothetical scenario, everybody, just so I understand where we're all coming from. Say we have a lead on Razor. We have a day to pursue it. We happen to be in a town where we could spend a day doing charity work to help the needy. We're not going to help the needy, are we? We're going to pursue the bandit. Just so I'm clear, if we have to prioritize.
Of course, but those things might be the same. I mean, if we could perhaps protect a village from an attack, we'd have the upper hand in terms of information and perhaps even see Razor.
Oh, true, I'm very down for that, yes. If it gets us towards our goal, then absolutely, let's do all the charity work in the world.
And you should never pass down an opportunity to help those in need.
So paladinly of you.
Well, Ivor. I spoke to my.
I feel like Casimir stares at the wall and then after a few seconds goes, "Oh yes, that's me. Hi."
I spoke to my father. There is a room next door. It's a little smaller than this one, but if you need a couple of nights to get your bearings, then
I do.
it is yours. If you wouldn't mind.
I'm very anxious in large groups. Thank you. I'll head in there.
And I'll be back momentarily. Thank you all for agreeing to this, and I can't wait. And she kind of shuts the door on all of you. And ushers
Goodbye.
Ivor. Ushers Ivor in. It goes. Now, Ivor.
It's just the two of us, yeah?
Yeah, just two. You kind of she opens you up, and there's a nice-ish room. I mean, for you would have stayed in nicer rooms. But I would categorize this as this is like the seventh cousin twice removed to where they. It's a room. It's a room. It's fine.
It's where you put the family. Not That's fine.
Ivor, I'm sure you were wondering why there was some discussion as to your selection for this team.
I was. It does make a man feel terribly unwanted.
Not the intention. Your display was very impressive. I was very interested. It's just Leora and Malik raised a valid point. Obviously, my father and family are fully aware of this, and they, given your importance and your house station, wanted to be sure that your mother was fully aware of what you were about to embark on.
Sorry.
Well, you are Ivor Montague, correct? And
you've written to my mother. You've
they
written to Lady
insisted.
Carrier Montague.
They insisted upon your selection.
Head of the House of Law. You've written to her to let her know that I, Ivor Montague, am here in full
as
valor.
her son and heir, absolutely.
You don't think I would have told my mother before I left?
It was just a condition of picking you. That's all the discussion was.
Okay, in the future, I would appreciate you not writing to my mother without my express consent. Let's clear that one up. Who has that letter been sent already?
I didn't send it. You'd have to bring it up with Malik.
With Malik. Malik
Yes.
is doing that. I shall do just that. Thank you,
I'm so
Ilara.
sorry for any inconvenience. I just assumed that it would be fine. But I wouldn't want you to endanger yourself.
Look, Ilara, in the event that this isn't fine, I'm going to come clean to you and you alone. I am not Ivor Montague, and what you've just done has put me and him in danger. So please don't write letters to people. Just don't.
She
do
like
that.
freezes like.
I'm telling you because we are about to embark on a life or death situation, and you probably should actually know my name. It's Casimir
okay.
Crossley. Ivor Montague knows I'm here. He's fully in support. Great friend.
I see. Well, that's not
And
great.
we're both now in a lot of trouble if that letter flies, so I am going to stop it from flying.
What type of danger? Just out of interest.
Nothing that will affect you personally, don't worry. Just you know my life, but it's fine. All in a day's work.
So you and Ivor are enemies?
No, what? My relationship with Ivor Montague is completely none of your business. It shall not affect you. It is my business. If I die, it shall be after the Stormlands, assumedly. Nobody would pursue me there. Don't worry about it. Have a good evening. And he, like, darts out the room and then sticks his head back in. Where is Malik, actually? Where do I find him?
Oh, 3 corridors down. To go to the left. He'll be staying in his own room. His team is staying next to him.
Great. And, yeah, I'll make my way down there very fast. And he kind of, like, pokes his head back in. Don't tell anyone my name. Just, it's between us. It's friends, compatriots, traveling compartners.
Okay. She kind of like looking at her feet, like slightly ashamed that she's been given a dressing down, but also kind of like processing this information.
Look, don't feel bad about it. Trust in my capacity and my drive to see you succeed. Feel good about that. And he does actually leave at that.
Okay. The rest of you, what are you up to?
Pod would have been explaining how the card game works to anyone that doesn't want to listen.
Is Mercy and Quan taking part in the card game?
I don't think anyone's taking part in the card game. He's just explaining the rules. You know, like the standard board game where there's that one guy that like explains the rules, and no one really wants to play a board game, but he's brought it out anyway. That's the kind of vibe that we're talking here.
Okay. Are you guys all just playing the card game?
Absolutely.
Okay, you hear footsteps go past and another set of Casimir. And Casimir, you are walking through the various corridors and kind of coming across to you is Fizzle.
Oh no.
You see him kind of look at you,
No, I
kind
don't
of
wanna talk
huff.
to him.
And as you walk past, he makes a very deliberate attempt to be as big as possible and is attempting to like shoulder barge as he walks past.
He tries to shoulder, but
Yeah, no, you know that thing where like people don't get out of the way and they just stand strong and you like bounce off them.
so if he's putting any weight behind it,
Body this fool.
I'm just gonna duck down immediately and just do up my fake shoelaces. So he can awkwardly swerve and hit the air.
He kind of like looks down, scoffs a little bit to himself as he walks past.
It stands back up. What exactly is your problem? Did you not get it out of your system killing Specimen 17? Or I loved that cat.
Deception.
I loved it for the 8 hours I knew it.
It's not a lie. I swear.
13 plus, do I have a modifier on this? Deception. 17.
17. Where the hell did it go?
You killed it. You
I
kicked
didn't.
it so hard it
Things
exploded.
that die don't just turn into smoke.
That one did. It was a smoke cat. Do you know how rare they are?
Rarer now.
You exploded my smoke cat.
Pelting doesn't suit you.
What is your problem?
I didn't have one until you made one.
I feel like you made this situation.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It was the second you walked in and I saw your face. It just made me angry. So yes, you did make this situation.
Take a couple of steps back. Don't do something you'll regret. And may the best team win. My team.
You want to bet
On
on
in your
this?
room.
Why are you asking about the paladin?
I want to see him.
If I throw a stick down the hallway, will you leave?
Go for it.
He pauses. I don't actually have a stick.
Sort of smiles, slightly pleased with himself, turns around and begins walking away from you. So, as you make your way to Malik's room, the rest of you playing this card game, there is a knock loudly on the door.
I'm not playing the card game.
Okay,
Yeah, and nobody's playing the card game.
yeah, no one's playing the card game. As Pod is attempting to get you to
It's because
play the card
Jamie
game.
is that guy that brings the card
Yeah,
game out.
I
So he
am the
doesn't
guy. I have
understand.
so much
He
empathy.
doesn't understand why no one would say
All
yes to
just
this
want to
card
have
game.
fun, right? Knocks on the door.
As Quan is like awkwardly sitting there listening to Pod drone on about the card game, he uses that as an excuse to go, "Oh, I'll get that, don't worry." And he kind of like, if anyone goes to get up, he kind of like, and yeah, and yeah, he walks up to the door and opens the door.
Okay. Fazul's like leaning with his arm there. As he opens up, kind of like smiles and goes, "Ah, just the person I wanted to see. I was looking for a spa partner."
Spa? Like,
Wait, what did
sparring
you just say, Jamie?
like a spa? Like,
Partner to spar with.
Dude wants
Wait,
a massage.
is there a sauna here? Is there a sauna here? I'd love to go to the
What's a sauna?
sauna.
Sparring, practice, fighting. You know,
Toad is now like fully like, just
I-
gone straight to the door and has like poked his head over like around Quan's shoulder.
You don't know what a boat is, but
Hello.
you've been to a sauna.
mushroom boy.
Amarathi also gets up.
I just couldn't help
Hello.
watch your display. I was impressed. You're clearly the most capable of this group, and I like to keep my edges sharp.
Quan sort of like nods and then looks behind him as if he's talking to someone else.
Good, it's agreed then. You, Quan.
Me?
Yes.
He's like speechless.
One.
Wow,
this
he's quite
human wishes
forward.
to bed you. He's just too awkward to explain.
Oh,
his
well,
desires.
Wants to go to the sauna with you,
Wait,
just the two of you.
I'm so confused. What is going on here? What did Mercy say? Did Mercy say something?
One. This human wishes to bed you. He's just too awkward to express his desires.
I'm sure he has many desires for fighting. I just don't personally think I'm the right person to engage with that. I really wouldn't call myself a fighter.
No, the fighting,
You're clearly the only
Is-
fighter amongst this group.
but you are not looking for a fight, are you, Fazul?
I'm certainly looking to spar. I'm not looking to fight to the death.
Like a wrestling match in the spa.
Spar, whatever you believe is the best environment for us to train in. I simply wish to not let my skills go dull over the next 12 days.
I once heard that sometimes people will spar in a spa because they want to get all hot and sweaty faster.
Yes, dehydration training. Very important where we're going to go.
In your culture,
There is a spa here. Quan, we can fight there. We can fight in the arena. Whatever works best for you.
It's very kind of you. I really, don't think I'm the right person for this. I'm sure Casimir would.
Who?
Sorry. names are really not my forte. What was
Ivor.
our compatriot? Ivor, thank you. And he's like looking around.
Someone like Casimir is
Oh.
irrationally angry.
Look, if it's not you, it's going to be no one else here. The what?
Fazul, tell us, is this type of courtship ritual common in your culture?
Yes, but this isn't.
Wait, but where are you from?
I don't mean the Flameblade Syndicate. Oscar.
Oh, I thought so. I've heard stories about you.
About me? Well,
About the Flameblade Syndicate.
oh. Look,
Got some hot gossip.
if you're going to say no, that's disappointing. I'll find someone else in this town worthy. No one else here is.
Quan,
That's-
you should go with him.
Quite impolite. No, I don't think I will.
No.
Honestly,
Quan, you can let off some steam in the steam room.
Quan engaging
there
in
is
love...
no spa here. Stop.
How do you
Quan
know?
engaging in love play with this man will not heal your broken heart. Rand is not coming back, Fazul.
Rand?
Yes, Rand.
Oh, who's this?
The more I talk to your team, the more confident I am in my eventual victory.
Seems
But clearly,
as
if you are
though-
too weak or your god disapproves of violence, then I'll take whatever else I can find. It's just disappointing.
My God approves of whatever is necessary to achieve what I need to do. Has nothing to do with my religion.
Hey,
I
Pod.
just personally think that you should learn to practice self-control rather than going banging on everyone's doors asking to fight them.
As Quan keeps kind of shutting down Zul, Toad turns over his shoulder and shouts to Pod, "Hey, Pod, do you want to go to the spa?"
Just kind of while packing the cards a little bit, be like, "Oh yes, that'd be good, fantastic."
Still kind of smiled at you for a second. Very well. Any of you, would you be my training partner?
Pod will go with you. He's just said, "I don't really do
Pod.
well in spas."
No, yeah,
Wonderful. Gladly. If not
yeah.
you, him.
um,
What do you think, Quan?
Say that again, sorry.
If not
DM?
you, him. And I will take great pleasure in it.
sure.
What
Sounds fantastic. Whatever you want to do, I'm down.
DM, what kind of a vibe do I get from Pod? Like, does he look like currently as he is someone that can like fight people? Does
Wait,
he-
I can answer
Pod,
for,
you mean?
Esky can answer for Pod, yeah.
Pod would still be in disguise at this point, so he kind of looks like a standard adventurer. You don't see any weapon on him. He does have a shield, like an elven shield on his back. So he kind of, I guess the vibe you'd get is that he's not necessarily a stranger to like adventuring and maybe even some levels of violence, but he doesn't exactly look like a, like a warforged warrior.
Okay.
On top of the fact that he doesn't have any sort of sword on him whatsoever.
He has no weapon, no nothing.
Just a shield. You can't see a weapon. You can see the shield, but you can't see. He's not got like a sword strapped to his back or anything like that. Or you can't. There's no obvious weapon.
Pod, I really would reconsider this. I mean, this isn't necessary. We need to get food and we need to get water and supplies to prepare for our trip. I really don't think that this is a good idea.
Oh, but the Toad seems so enthusiastic about this. I wouldn't want to let him down, you know?
Does Toad look enthusiastic to watch a fight?
Well, whatever Toad thinks is about to happen.
He probably looks very enthusiastic about whatever he thinks is about to happen.
I'm just, trying to connect people to each other so they can achieve their best selves. He's just kind of smiling pleasantly.
An after dinner training session.
Sure. Sounds fantastic. I'll see you later then.
If you need a weapon, it can be provided. Or
no, I'm okay. Don't worry.
He's packing, don't worry.
I'm sure he is. It's a shame. Another time. Quan.
Yeah, he is not smiling when he looks at Fazul. He is one of the only people that has interacted with Quan, and Quan is not treating him politely.
Fazul goes to leave.
And Amarathia, she kind of shuts the door. Quan, who is your...
Come again?
You mentioned your god would approve of your fighting if needs be. I was just curious as to who they might be.
Well, I serve the Dawnfather.
A very good god, the Dawnfather.
Thank you.
But not as impressive as Killen Voice. See, he kind of begins to go off on a tangent as to how the god of death is the best version of the god of death that has been so far, because the other ones weren't so good.
Yeah, you particularly don't like Merkel.
No, he's not great. I mean, what kind of title is the Lord of Bones? That's not very friendly, isn't it?
That's how Casimir signs his diary off every night.
Inara returns in the middle of Zescafades and goes, so, in order for a celebration, and to get it, all teams... Oh, wait, I've also... Oh, yes, that's right.
Ilara,
I'll let him know. Yes.
Where do you keep going? You keep going and returning. Where are you going?
To see my father, to discuss what's going on. I took Casimir, as he's let me know, and for all of you, to his room, and he's gone to see Malik to discuss something, and I've now got my father, updated on the situation and what's going on.
But you've been 3 times now.
Well, yes, I'm a host. I've got to run around it. There's a lot to be done.
But we're kind of having a discussion.
Oh, do you want me to leave? Or stay?
Do one or the other, but keep doing it.
Look, I took Casimir to... Okay, there is going to be a dinner in about half an hour. I can wait here this whole time if you need. I can send a servant, but...
Why don't you just stay as a member of the group?
Okay.
And we can talk about things. And if you need to talk to your father about more than one thing, you can talk to him afterwards.
Okay. Fine. I am here. Dinner is in half an hour. I will somehow get a message to him that we're going, and tell Casimir that we're going too, somehow. That dinner is happening.
Eleanor, you can go. Don't mind.
No, I am a member of this team. I will stay here.
No, Eloise, honestly, it's fine. You can go.
It's Alara. I feel like it's important to clarify now. You put it wrong twice. Okay, fine. Yeah.
She was
down on a
named for her
bed.
grandmother.
I was. That's good. You've done your research. I'm sure.
Okay, come. Why don't you take a seat here? We were just in the middle of talking about the Lord of Bones and the deity of the dead.
Oh, hopefully, one we won't have to beat. Unless you were discussing topics for Taloran tonight.
Hey, do you want to sit down and talk about bones?
Unless you were discussing,
Come, stay a while.
Unless you were discussing topics with Lauren this evening. If anybody wants to pick up on the story cue,
I'll talk to Lauren about bones. Leave that to me, Jamie.
Okay, fine. So, given when I said the break would be, given this vague setup, you guys can think of if there's anything in the half an hour other than talking about bones and card game no one wants to play. Between this, I don't know, think about how you guys want to interact with each other. Any questions you want to ask for Laura, Caleb? Any questions you'll have for the other party? Because after dinner, after the break, we will be having the dinner session, as well as an impromptu discussion between Malik and Casimir on the importance of secrets.
Oh.
Thank you everyone for watching. We'll catch you soon. We'll be back in 10 minutes. 5 to 9. Hello everybody, welcome back. We're D&D Boyband. Thank you all for staying around after the break. To recap the first half of the session, the group got to know each other a little bit, got a little bit of a briefing from Ilara, got a little revelation that somebody had told on someone else's mum that they were here, fake mum for a fake identity. Fazul came looking for a sparring partner and was accused of wanting to go for a spar and mating and just a lot of information by Mercy and Toad.
You said it, not us, Jamie.
I think Mercy said it actually. And ultimately his result.
Who the fuck says mating, dude? What the actual fuck?
Our 43-year-old father of a DM.
Mercy said
I'm
he
not-
wanted to bed him. It's a little bit
Bed.
different.
Wanted to fuck him.
You can't say that word.
Oh my God, he
bad
swore.
word.
I'm still under 30. I can't hear that word.
Enjoy it while it lasts, Clued.
It's all right. We'll bleep over it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome back. As you guys have half an hour, you have bullied your team captain into feeling bad about leaving and coming back to provide you with more information. As Casimir goes to talk to Malik about keeping his identity a secret.
Hey, I'm
Let's
sorry.
start.
It's just very disruptive to be coming and going all the time.
Let her live her life, man. This poor girl is one female in a team of 6 dudes. How do you think she's feeling? We gotta look after this woman. That's Clued, not Casimir. Casimir doesn't give a fuck, but...
So, we will start.
Mercy's not a
Casimir.
dude.
Oh.
Yeah.
The rest of you
Respect your
half an
non-binary
hour.
party
You-
members.
have half an hour. Yeah, sorry, half an hour till lunch, dinner for the rest of you. Casimir, you knock on Malik's door. What you believe is Malik's door. And
He's
after a little
adjusting
bit
his
of time,
cuffs nervously.
after a little bit of time, there's some you hear a desk drawer shutting, you hear standing, and then slowly but slowly, there's an amber eye peers out. Yes.
Gosh, what a greeting. Malik, hello. I wanted to check. I'd heard you were planning on writing to my mother. I must implore that if you are to send that letter, that you do not. She is well aware of my being here. She's blessed the journey. No need to worry. But thank you to you and Alara for checking up on my family's affairs.
The door flies open and goes, "Ah, Master Montague. Well, it was of utmost concern, Federation, myself, and Eora, that our interests are protected in the event that any harm would come to the most esteemed heir of House Montague. I was not a fan of even selecting you for this mission. I believe Ilara has placed you in danger unnecessarily, putting yourself and your house at risk."
Thank you for your concerns. They are entirely unfounded. Just to be clear, you haven't sent the letter, have you?
Well, it's unfounded. Would it matter if I had?
My mother is terribly busy. Do you know, as the head of the House of Law, she spends all day in the courts, if not in the courts, tracking down miscreants in the streets. She simply doesn't have time to sign off on my expedition twice. She's already done it once.
Your
So-
mother does not care for your exploits.
Not particularly, no. If I'm
Oh,
being honest.
my, how unfortunate. Well,
Very sad,
the
yes.
letter has certainly not been sent, and if
Good.
it were your wish, who am I to deny a request?
Okay, am I getting the vibes as sussy? Like, can I insight check this now?
Yeah, you can insight check.
This cat
Um,
man.
Wise that Casimir is. That is a 1.
Oh, you believe
Yeah.
him? Yeah, he did say that. He is your humble servant.
Well, thank you.
He couldn't
very
sneak anything
much.
past you because you're Casimir.
I am. Well, no, I'm Ivan Montague right now, but thank you.
I'll reassure Leora and the rest of the Federation that this mission is fully sanctioned.
Yes, and there are preparations have been made in the event of my untimely demise. It shall not occur. All is well. Thank you for your concern, as I said.
He almost purrs. It's like you're nerving and it's like,
Ooh,
may the best team win.
I
and
look forward to
forward.
claiming my prize as well. I think we both were about to say that. Yes.
No, We will discuss at dinner. I'm sure we have many areas where our teams can connect.
I cannot wait to connect with your team. Yes. See you later. And he backs out with the fakest smile and probably returns to his private room, not the group one. He thinks about it for a second.
You have bullied Alara into staying. Is there anything you were talking about before dinner? Or we can proceed to dinner. Rest of you, up to you.
Well,
Alara is enthusiastic to play the card game. Raptured by Pod's every word.
Oh my god, I love
Laura,
her.
no.
She's much nicer than the rest of you. I'm not gonna
There are
lie.
simply more important things to do than indulge this childish fancy.
What is life for if not having fun?
And kind of like perks up a bit. He goes, finally someone who gets it. Everyone's rushing around these days.
Fun is a luxury of the innocent.
Well, we do have
It's a
some time right
luxury of
now, so
fun.
why don't we try? Toad will sit down and join Pod and Alara to do the card game, and he'll look very expectantly at Mercy and Quan. Come on.
If you say so. And Quan sits down.
I am afraid I
Mercy.
will be
Wait,
absenting.
what is your name right now? Do we know you're still as Amarantha at the moment, right?
Yeah.
But have we been told Amarantha's name? Do we
No.
still think you're Atropos?
You can probably call me Atropos or Mercy.
Have you introduced yourself as Mercy? I can't remember.
No.
No, okay, so then...
You did. You did. You introduced yourself as Mercy to me, and then I went ahead and introduced everyone to you as Mercy.
No, that's right. I have introduced myself as Atropos and Mercy.
Okay. You there, why don't you come join us?
Please, forgive me. I must excuse myself.
Come on. This is team bonding. Come on.
I have important...
And he'll pat the floor next to him while looking up at you. Come on.
Okay.
I read that it's important we bond as a team and we will fight stronger together.
Yep.
Okay. And then for 1 second, the eyes turn opaque again, and you see fangs, and kind of like the Bilbo Gollum scene. She just goes, "Leave me be."
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I'm sure that will be impressive on our thing. Journey, but
Just, you must respect that I know best. I must go to my meditations. And she walks out the door and goes to Casimir's room.
oh.
Okay, bye.
Sorry, the card game. So when I have 3 of these, I win, or to the next round?
No, you got to wait until everybody finishes their round.
Oh, okay.
Toad leans over to Quan and he shows him his entire hand. What do these say?
What did Toad say?
What do they say? These cards.
And he starts reading out very loudly what the cards say in your hand.
Or just as goes, wow, Todd, that's a great hand.
Is it? Oh, okay, great.
Yeah, I think if you play this card and this card, they win, right?
Oh, thank you. And he picks those cards and puts them down.
Yay! Oh no!
Yes! Finally,
Wow,
redemption after the snail
heartwarming.
race.
Is it the wholesome member of the group? What is the unwholesome member of the group? Sorry.
They're not in the room with us.
Yeah.
Are you accusing me of being unwholesome?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Mercy, do you knock on Casimir's door?
No.
Hmm.
I shape change into Casimir and walk in.
You shape change into me and then walk into my room.
Yeah.
You find Casimir sat on the edge of the bed. I think he has his face in his hands. And he looks up as though he's very embarrassed to have been caught without a straight back. Me? That can't be me because I'm me, so Is this an assassination? I have had quite a few today.
I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
Forgive me.
I'm a
And
bit tired.
Casimir shuts the door. Casimir shuts the door and just scurries away.
He just stares at the other side of the wall for a little while, and I think returns his head to his hands, and probably just lets out a very audible groan and then flops back on the bed, and probably does not move until dinner.
Okay, Mercy, what are you up to?
Okay, I'm gonna go back to being Atropos, and I'm gonna go and meditate somewhere, and I want to do a weave reading.
Okay, on who?
Good question. What do I want to know?
Just get your Mercy's importance die up in Google Drive, or does it not?
Fazul. I think I'm
Fazul.
picking Fazul. I would like to know whether Fazul's future leads to Storm Harbor, Reed Home, or Siltstone.
Nice.
So, where's he gonna be in a month's time?
Sick.
Okay.
Good.
So
Sure.
fated clairvoyance. Okay. So
Yeah, let me just. You sent me this. So fated clairvoyance. Yes. So as an action, you can have to peer into the God's Weave.
Okay.
Accessible DC 20 Wisdom check. Go for it. Your wisdom
Okay,
check.
so I'm gonna do the check, but I'm also gonna spend however many minutes I can to reduce the DC of the wisdom check. So potentially, how many minutes could I sit there meditating and
You've
concentrating?
got half an hour, so 30.
Okay, so 30 minutes. Okay, so basically, I'm gonna succeed on this D20 roll. So I got a 6, which with 30 minutes of meditation is success. But then I guess so you determine what the percentile is.
This is going to be an easy one. So
I got an 88. I got an 80 and an 8. Is that an 88 for you?
Yeah. So yeah. Shut up. So as a reminder, DC 15 for easy. You need to roll under 15 to fail. So above 15, you see Siltstone.
Okay.
Where you are called.
Okay.
Siltstone.
Okay. So I spend that 30 minutes. I find out that they're going to Siltstone, and that's it.
That's
And then-
funny.
They will not be taken. They were taking the most direct route into the storm.
Okay. Fine. That's perfect.
The rest of you, after some time, a servant comes and knocks on each of your doors, and as I presume you return. Lord Caleb Numenar requests all of your presence for a celebratory dinner. Are you all obliged?
I'm obliged.
Wonderful, please.
Absolutely.
Yes, sounds fun.
Wonderful. Let's come with me. And you're all brought into the large guest room. There's a huge chandelier at top. A long table is laid out. Various servants, waiters along the side, each ready to serve the various courses and food that will begin. Ahead of the table sits Lord Helen, Leora, Quickhand, left, as well as some more people spread out. But for your purposes, what's very interesting is as you walk in, Caleb says, Lara, I expected you to return, but I assure you lost count of time with your new team. Malik is left. In the meantime, Malik and I have decided the seating for how we would like this to go. And at this point, Malik and his team kind of walk in and present themselves, and you see each of them now, dressed more appropriately for dinner than they were certainly for the trial. Quan, here, please. It's all opposites, if you don't mind.
Where is here?
Like directly next to Ilara.
Wait, I need to take notes of exactly where everyone's
Yeah,
sitting.
yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like
So
this
you
is
have-
important.
You have Caleb.
On.
You have Caleb. On
We
the
need a
wedding,
battle
and then
map for this, James.
I'm not even
you have
gonna
Caleb,
Dinner's a
you have
battlefield.
Leora, Malik, and you have Ilara. Then setting down, like missing one. Opposite is Quan and Fazul, and then swapping. Atropos. Nalos, please.
So I'm next to Fazul.
You're next to Fazul, opposite Nalos.
Nalos. Okay.
Nalos is next to Quan. Like how this is very important.
Alright, I'm writing this down. I got this.
Ivor, opposite to Laura.
Mhm.
Toad, Colin, Pod,
Mhm.
Brom, Arvis, Gruff.
Wait. You've repeated a couple people's names here. Also, we've
I
lost
haven't.
the music.
So
Mhm.
Arvis
shouldn't
is
have.
opposite Gruff. So this is it rotating. Quan, Fizzle, Atropos, Nalos,
Yeah.
Casimir, Talorin,
Yeah.
Hode, Corin, Pod, Brom, Arvis, Gruff.
But Brom and Gruff are the same character. His name's Gruff Brom.
No, there is Brom, Hubel,
What
the
about
Bard.
Groodle?
What about the little halfling?
Yeah.
Brom Grubel is the name of the halfling. If I have got this wrong,
You
that is
have.
fine.
But it's okay, you're Jamie, and we
No,
know that
I
you're
have got this
inconsistent
right.
with names.
That is fine.
But I sent you the overlays and I was like, are these right? And you were like, thumbs up, they're great.
I
Aaron.
sent you the NPC party. I was like, Jamie, are the names right? He's
Right.
like, yup.
So that's fine. Three Fingers Drudgel is his name. First name is Brom.
Rudgel.
That
It's
is fine.
changed.
Okay, so who's
Fine.
Three Fingers
He's
Groodle
gonna kill you or something.
sitting across from? Is it Arvis or is it Pod?
I don't even remember anymore.
Okay,
Pod-
it'll be sitting
Pod
across
is-
from Arvis.
Alright, we'll use the ones in the overlays because clearly I'm stupid.
Use whatever you intend.
Yeah, that's
for
fine.
your
Oh my
world.
god.
Is opposite the Bard. Arvis is
Pod
opposite,
is
the
opposite the
Barbarian.
bard. Okay. Gotcha.
Wait, no, this is actually really important for me though. Who's sitting next to Toad? Is it Gruff Brom or is it Groodle Three Fingers?
Groodle, Three Fingers.
The Bard.
Gross. But okay.
Just think of him as Hugh Grant in the D&D film.
Oh my god. Oh yeah.
So down one
Yeah.
side,
I drew it with that in mind.
down one side, we have Quan, Nalos, Toad.
You've missed me.
No, Nalos, Casimir. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yep, sorry. Corin.
Next
For
time we
sake.
should just have a
Odd.
battle map for this.
And the Barbarian. On the other side,
I'm not even trying to remember.
yeah, on the other side, Fazul, Atropos, Mercy,
Boys, I'll post
Talorin.
it in the chat.
Talorin, the Bard, Arvis. You can all sit
Great.
down and be aware of who's next to you. And Kaelin, wasn't even the point. Says, thank you all for once again agreeing to this wonderful endeavor, this joining of two of the mightiest societies in Lukai and the final ridding of the Stormlands. Both Malik and Alara should have been briefed, should have given you the briefing, and over the next 12 days, you can prepare, train, hone your skills, understand truly what is ahead of you, and I know this will be successful. This dinner is an opportunity for you to bond, share stories, skills, whatever is going to be helpful for the days ahead. And whilst there certainly will be a winner, we are all in this together. We are all working together. Your enemy is Razor, not the people sitting next to and across from you. It would do you well to remember that, and it may well come that out in that wilderness you will need to work together to achieve your goals. Please, and you can see various foods are brought forward. Sat down in front of you. So, who would begin as you all kind of awkwardly sit in? The first thing served before you is breadroot loaf, bread made from a fairly versatile root found throughout most of this area, followed by salted worm jerky, made of lesser drakes or worms.
There is no awkwardness in Casimir.
Ew.
It's like it's really clear to him, or to all of you probably, that this is the sort of thing he actively enjoys. So he's very comfortably taking the right fork, taking the right spoon for the starter, kind of tucking in and sort of making polite chatter with the people to his left and right and in front of him. So it's Naos, Corin, Talor, and he's sort of looking about saying, "So, I'm excited to make your acquaintance. I do hope we can get along, and I am looking forward to working with you in the Stormlands. Please, I'd love to know more about you."
Who are you talking to?
Sort of the three around him, Nalos, Corin, Taloran, whoever's interested in making conversation.
I says, well, I, of course, came, as you can probably tell from my hair and my eyes, I'm from the Immaculate Ecclesiarchy on Syncreti. I've spent much of my life studying the various magical weaves that join together our wonderful planets. So yes, I studied. I came here to prove my fortune-telling abilities, to my magic, to my compatriots, and I foresee great things in all of our futures.
I thought you might be. You are, as the name implies, immaculate, I will say. And I would love to speak to you at some point. I read a treatise on. It was written by a wild scholar, perhaps the ravings of a madman. I would like to ask you about aberrance. Do you know what that term means?
Oh,
Have you heard it before?
Once or twice in some scrolls from some, trinkets picked up. I've not really. Allow me to consult. And you see, she brings out an orb filled with kind of small pinpricks of light that as she twists it, move. Mercy, could you make a history check for me?
I sure can. Okay, I got a 13 with additional 2 for a 15.
You, for perhaps the first time, are completely stunned. This orb once held pride of place in your monastery. It is an orb of fate, capable of peering in and ever so slightly tweaking the weave. And it's being branded around like a toy. There are several that exist within your current monastery. Many were lost in the war and the sacking. And this one is being thrown about in front of you.
Can I do some sort of insight check to see whether she knows what she has, or whether she is like driving a Porsche and not going above 40?
She's showing off.
Yeah.
Okay, insight I'm much better at. Oh, that was a 14, but it was a 4, giving me an 8 total.
Hey, Oblivious doesn't know what she's holding.
Yeah.
I
mean,
other than using it. Yes.
Yeah.
That would be wonderful. I've never heard this term other than some vague text. So no, not really. Why do you ask?
No, I've been looking forward most of my life to speaking to a member of the ecclesiarchy on the matter. I've been curious. I thought I'd take my chance. Ravings of a madman, alas! And he stares over the table at Mercy and raises his glass.
Mercy is kind of chewing on something. Is like, tastes like squirrel.
Well, look, it's certainly not squirrel. It's worms from the nearby. We have hunters go out, get them there fresh daily. It's. I hope it's to your liking. We can arrange something else if you like.
It's not. It's just like squirrel. It's very tasty, whatever it is.
Toad. Corin has not listened to Casimir and is boring their eyes into you.
Oh God. I'm sorry. He needs to eat too. Oh, sorry. No, they need to eat too. And Toad has put Charlie on his plate, and Charlie's having a little nibble of some of the vegetation that they've been served.
I know you. We've met. We must have met. I never forget a face.
Really?
Where are you from?
From that way, and he points southwest again.
Definitely, yes, I'm from there. Where something so
Tathariel,
familiar.
have you been there?
I'm from there. Yes.
Oh, I probably saw you at the the yearly meeting.
Oh. Well, I don't attend, but I must have seen you in one of the parades. You attend the meet.
Well, of course.
You're important.
No, well, I suppose.
Why?
Toad. My name's Toad. What's your name?
Colin.
And where? And you come from Tathariel, the city, or?
The city, yes. Lived there all my life, really. Had to move. My parents did. After some of our realms were lost. You just turn up to the meetings and they let you in?
Well, yes. I would hope so.
Oh.
I travel quite far away to get to them, so.
Sure you do. Oh, it kind of seems lost in thought a little bit.
Whilst you're doing that, I'm gonna do that roll I told you about over DMs.
Yep.
Oh no. It's a 5.
To any of you paying even the vaguest attention, I just accidentally knocks half his food onto the floor.
Oh bother. I suppose I should go clean that up.
No, don't worry, Toad. I can clean that up.
Oh no, it's fine. Your Majesty, it's fine. I'll handle this. And he'll duck under the table to go clean up the food.
Your Majesty, Fazul says from the other side.
That will be your highness to you, but yes.
You're a couple of inches shorter than I am.
You just make a joke about my height. Why is he such a bully, Jamie? I can't deal with this.
How tall is Vizul?
Yeah.
6'5".
No, he's not. Don't lie.
Whatever any of you are, he's like half an inch taller.
I think the
That's-
tallest in our group is Quan at 6'4", so.
That's not true. Pod is 7 foot
Oh,
something,
true.
Yeah.
but not currently.
True.
No,
true.
currently he's not very tall.
Casimir is 6 foot in heels.
Hold on, I'm checking the lore docs. This is a very important part of our
It's very important.
logs. It's at the very top of our lore docs, right below the world map. It's the very first piece of information. PC heights. Pod is 7 foot 2 inches.
Huh.
That's only when he stands up. He's generally slumped.
Does Casimir look sad?
No, he tightens his grip on his fork. You seem to spend an awful lot of time looking at me, you know. Is there something you'd like to say in front of the class?
I just assumed you were in the presence of royalty. You should have made yourself known. You're dressed as your highness.
Well, just don't forget it in the future and we'll get on just fine.
Sure. He picks up completely the wrong fork and just like munches messily. Couple of the spit gets on Quan. Sitting nearby.
Atropos looks over at Casimir and just goes, "Don't worry. He, I'm told, was quite frustrated, sexually. He probably doesn't mean to hurt your feeling."
Casimir
And
just
honestly,
tightens his lips and tries not to spurt his own food on the table. And she just looks at Vazul, looks him up and down and says, "Oh, that makes so much more sense." Don't worry, Vazul, I understand. If you want to talk later, we can.
Toad pops back out from underneath the table. Oh yes, he really wanted to take Quan to the spa for a
Wait, what?
spa. Yes.
Casimir
now
just
he's going to go into pod.
looks down the table at Quan and back at Vasul and goes, "Really?"
But Quan said no, I'm told.
So then Pod volunteered.
Looks at Quan. He goes, "And I shall be several miles away from whatever takes place."
To clarify, I wanted a sparring partner.
For the
I was
sauna.
denied a suitable choice, so I suppose Pod will do.
Well, if it helps you vent your frustrations, Fazul, whatever makes you happy, I'm in full support.
Unless you'd rather it be you, whose face I caved in.
When did you cave my face in? I've forgotten that.
Whose face I cave in. The
Oh,
future.
I thought it was past tense, Jamie. I didn't hear. I'm sorry. Casimir can hear, but clearly. I mean, you could try.
Juan, at that moment, slams his spoon down pretty heavily on the table and says, I think perhaps a more appropriate topic of conversation is we are in need of it. And he's like grimacing after Mercy talks about being sexually frustrated and then fighting and caving people's faces in.
Malik says, I agree. We have some esteemed colleagues here, do we not? We should talk about the mission at hand. How have you decided to handle it? What will you be doing? Is there any preparations I can assist with?
Who's speaking? Malik?
Malik.
I think we're pretty done, don't you think, everyone? I feel quite good.
Quite prepared.
Pod says, like, stuffing his face. I don't know. I think I could use another course, to be honest.
Well, Kim says, there are many courses to come. Do not worry.
Amazing.
A feast. And
Your
we'll have one when you
hospitality
leave.
is fantastic.
It was not you,
Charm.
Malik. Are you braving the sea monsters of Cerulean, or heading straight into the heart of the storm?
No, absolutely not. We're taking the most direct route. Information. Getting it as quickly as possible. 2 weeks at sea could change everything. Don't you agree?
Indeed. Who would
Absolutely.
have considered taking that route? Not us.
I think it would have been really nice to go on a boat because I've never been before.
I love sea travel, Toad. We should go. Once
That
all
would
this
be really
business is
fun.
included. I'll take you on my imperial vessel.
Oh, I would love that.
Malik, I understand that you are a renegade yourself. Actually used to owe a significant amount of money to the Federation, which they then press-ganged you into service for. That's correct,
Speaking
isn't it?
of appropriate topics of conversation, yes. I'd love to know more about that.
A sufficient summary of my history with the Federation, certainly.
Oh, you don't need to feel embarrassed by that. The past is in the past.
Oh, I'm so glad for your permission.
There is no need to regret what has been. It was
I
written.
regret little of my action.
Good.
But of course the theft part you must regret.
So,
Because that is, after all, a felony, and none of us would be privy to that.
what is done is done. How are
Juan
you?
gives Casimir a very knowing stare as Casimir says no one.
No one here would commit felonies, nope.
Good
How
boys
are
here.
you
Nothing
enjoying
to be done.
working for the Creditors Federation?
I enjoy the game. The cat and the mouse looking quite pointedly at Arvis.
Just to do that, he has to look a long way
Yeah,
down the table.
yeah, The criminal crime. I've honed my skills and I'm ready to find Razor, as we all should be.
Yes.
Naros is bit of capping and say, I can foresee we at this table will be victorious. How many are there here? And she kind of looks down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 15. 15! A sacred number. A lucky number.
Make a save. I do manage to hide the absolute look of disgust on my face.
What's this chappie across from me saying? Telorin.
Lauren, very interested in his food. Looking up it occasionally to you.
So,
Hello.
hi, Telorin, that was your
Right.
name, wasn't it?
To Lauren and Ivor, correct?
Quite correct.
It's nice to meet you. Your summon earlier.
My fair companion,
Your name. He had a name?
Mateus, yes.
Mateus.
Do you have interest in summoning rites? Any interest in the Fae, perhaps?
Ah, Faye. Understandable. I was concerned that his spirit needed freeing, but that's not the case.
No, he's quite happily bouncing along with me. We have quite a friendship going some years back, actually. We met when I was quite young, and we've been inseparable ever since.
Could you make a perception check? To, anyone who would have any knowledge about religions of the world. Onto Lauren.
Oh, that's
Probably
pretty
would,
good.
actually. Perception.
17, even with a minus modifier.
No.
15.
7.
He quite obviously on his shoulder wears a symbol of the Raven Queen. What was your roll, Mercy? Sorry,
7.
7. Raven Queen, that's fine. More specifically, it is a slightly modified version of the Raven Queen with red eyes as opposed to normal gold. Casimir, you're the only one who would realize this, and perhaps it's true. This is to dictate a member of the Order of the Inevitable Silence, those who are tasked with finding those who have escaped willful and correct death and making sure they pass on.
When he spots that, I think he probably stares at the symbol for a little while and goes, "Oh, inevitable silence. I can understand your concern then."
Of course. I am glad there is none, and instead, my target remains fixed on Razor.
You don't fear she's a member of the undead, do you?
No, but my order's scrolls reveal that she should have died, and has not.
Oh, that is interesting. Tell us more.
Well, we have lists. The Raven Queen, Calibor. We know who is to walk the path of the dead, and if their names are missing, we are sent to ascertain why.
And to make it happen.
Often.
Jamie, what is what's Nalis's reaction to any of what was just said? Does is there any reaction to what was just...
Nalos is not reacting to that particularly, other than to kind of, continue to stare into the orb a little bit and listen. What reaction are you looking for?
Any minuscule, I guess, maybe... I don't know.
There is a reaction. And she turns and says, Surely, it is not that set in stone what is to happen. We can all reach out and seize our destiny. We are the makers of our own fate. I can peer into the future and give you some hints, but no one truly knows what is going to happen, and nobody should.
I agree. The future is ours to forge. We are the owners of our own destiny, and we hold our own leashes.
If you are able to escape death, good for you. Is that not all what we try to do every day?
He raises his glass and toasts it at her. I think we'll get on.
Sitting in awkward silence at the end of the table is Arvis and Brom occasionally seem to grunt at each other, and then you hear Arvis say, "Tough day living. Difficult to get on with this lot." And Brom says, "I'm not here for these fancy words."
Fucking hate a fancy word, I do.
Too fancy.
Brom at this point, sitting opposite Pod, has just been kind of strumming on his instrument, seemingly trying to tune it most of this time.
Grudel.
Brutal, sorry. My bad.
So, what about you? Bard? Are you a bard?
Oh, yes, a storyteller. Yes, sir.
So, where have you been? Are you an adventurer to date? Have you been a gleeman per se, telling stories?
Oh no, you might have heard of me. Our band was called 3.5 Men. Get it. We were quite
3.5
famous in Dominus. And then
You weren't the half, were you?
I was. I thought it was quite a good joke. Personally, a little at my expense, but that's fine. So then we kind of had a string of bad shows, couldn't really get booked, and they decided the joke was offensive, and well, here I am.
You're hunting a bandit queen because your band was banned from stage.
That's a little reductive, but it might be the short and short of it. Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
that's okay. I'm making the most of it.
Well, I'm almost envious. You have a famous musician in your midst.
Alex says, well, of course. Something to keep us going on the roads or on the sea, were we foolish enough?
Yes, of course.
Of course.
Of course. We would take the sea route.
I would love to take the sea route.
I know you would, Toad.
One day.
When it's not cerulean.
I dabble in magic a tiny bit, but I'm very grateful to be selected here, and it'd be really good to get the winnings and maybe get back on my feet, start a new band.
So that's what your plan for the 1,500 gold is, to restart your troupe. Where are the rest?
Oh, they continued.
Without you?
Yes.
So what's their name? The three men?
I don't know what they called themselves. I didn't keep track. I'm very upset. You understand. I think it's
Brutal.
something else. I'm sorry.
If I see the three men play in Varsala, I will be sure to get them removed.
Well, that's very kind of you.
Grudel, what's your best song? What was your most proficient piece of music? Or your greatest tale?
It was we actually composed mostly songs to do with our adventures. We went out and we could thing, and it was to do with kind of what we saw in the Preserve of the Endless Dream. It was quite psychedelic, really. We envisioned the various colors we saw, the harmonious patterns, and we went out there every couple of months to reinvigorate the creative spirit.
Under the influence of mushrooms.
Maybe.
We'd love to hear.
Oh wait, what kind of mushrooms?
Select passage.
The most brightly colored ones. They're the ones that make you most inventive in your creative phase.
Oh yes. Oh, those ones are quite nice.
Yes, I can play for everyone if they like.
Please.
Please.
Yes, and they are going to roll a performance check. But I'm not doing it.
I'm manifesting a good role for him.
Okay. That is. I rolled an 8. That is.
I don't think I'm close enough.
That is a 13. It's certainly possible. There's a polite clapping afterwards, but it's odd. It's not none of your tastes.
Is it a poem, like a slam poem, a song, a story?
Pod would enthusiastic.
Is it about hot elven
regardless.
It's a poem. It's not slam poetry, but it's a poem played to music about the wonders of getting lost in an enchanted forest. And as you all going to sit back because it's better with the other three kind of acting out and playing, but
I'm sure it isn't.
it is. But that's okay. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. We had a little chat with Malik earlier. Is there? How is your team? Excited
Thrilled.
to forge our own story? Maybe I'll write a song about us. That's an idea. That'll get me back on stage.
We're all very different.
As your
Yes.
constellation prize, Grudel, please rest assured that we will forge a brilliant narrative for you.
Wonderful. Well, I'm sure we'll all meet back here afterwards. You can tell me your story.
I can't wait.
Good. I'm looking forward to hearing it. I will put those others to shame. I mean, no. I will graciously accept this victory. Well, whoever wins, I'm sure they will be gracious, and we could all tell each other what has happened, regale each other, and may the best team win.
May the best team win.
Boodle, don't, please. I'm just interested, but you don't seem like one with much experience of harsh terrain, military experience under torture, that kind of thing.
Oh no.
Unlike the rest of us.
Well, I proved myself in the triad of skill, did I not?
Of course.
I have as much right to be here as anybody else.
Of course. I'm just wondering whether it's what you want.
Trying to cancel Groodle again.
Megan out of the group.
I see this as a wonderful path to either get the funds to restart my dreams, or an excellent story that I can bring back to Dominus about what has happened here.
What about the dangers?
Frankly, in all avenues I win, unless I perish, but we'll do our best to avoid that, I'm sure.
Well, let's hope that your companions are also looking out for you, because if you can't rely on them to save your neck in a tight spot, then it really would be a dangerous excursion.
Well, I'm sure I can. We haven't got to know each other yet, but they all seem like trustworthy folks, and
They do.
I'm
Best of luck.
thrilled, in particular, that our group is immediately as close as we are. I feel like I could happily turn my back on anything and they would have it.
wonderful. I'm glad to hear it. And Caden,
I
on the
hope
other
the
side,
best for
says,
you.
well, that's exactly what I want to hear. It's wonderful that you've all bonded quite so well. Was there any questions left over from the briefing? Anything that any of you wanted to know about the Stormlands, Razor, the mission? What has happened? Malek kind of slides in. I think we've got all that we require. Certainly, our strategy has begun. We'll develop together training over the next couple of days.
I think any questions will forward through Alara.
Is
We
he
don't want to
lying?
bore anyone else.
Go for it. Make an insight check.
Why does he remind me
Yeah,
of
fuck Malik. I don't
Why
know.
does he remind me of Rykard?
Get
Just the way
fucked,
he's
you
talking.
little bitch. I got a 19.
What are you
let's
trying to
do this.
insight?
Wait,
Together.
I want to know whether he's lying about them training over the next couple of days. +4 is 23.
Malik is devious by nature, devious by intent, and devious by word.
So he's being
Every-
deceitful.
Everything he has said this evening has had a point. You know he's going over the Emerald Passageway, but he told you he was. That's clearly an attempt to be a double bluff. There is a point towards every word he said this evening in an attempt to either deceive you or lie to you,
Do I?
or
Did
make
I
you
get?
do what he wants.
Did I get a sense of when that was happening?
No.
Okay,
But-
fine.
They may well that you sense that training over the next couple of days is not his priority.
Yep, fair enough. Okay,
So
I'm
says,
smiling.
we've talked an awful lot. What are your stories? What led to that display on the trial of skill?
Who are they speaking
Who
to?
is he
then?
gesturing to?
Anyone
Group
other
at
than
large?
Quan?
Who said this?
Was all.
Oh. Kesma looks at his nails. He has no intent in talking to him.
Well, I am. If you were talking to me, I'm a ranger by trade, a
sick.
woodsman, a tracker, and well, I've also had the fortune of being able to travel some of the world's various forests and landscape.
Wonderful. Your first time to the Stormlands, or have you been before?
Won't be my first time to the general region. Perhaps some of the cities, but I'm quite familiar with the terrain.
Hear it. And my soon-to-be sparring partner, Pod. What's your story?
Where do you want to begin? I could
Oh,
talk
no.
about.
Oh God!
The highlights of your life, as that they are, if they exist.
He begins to
please.
regale the tale of his village, and it's brief running
Right.
with the credits.
Could everybody please make a wisdom saving throw for me?
Very gladly. Oh no.
Fuck. Oh shit.
Undeservedly high.
It's a 12.
I feel like Casimir would be pretty good at ignoring this kind of thing. Like,
Everybody
like,
under 15 point of view. No, kidding.
you all fall asleep.
Yeah, fair enough. To be honest.
About
How does
10 minutes.
Fazul look? Is he paying any attention?
Fazul rolled a 5. Fazul is like eyes glazed over, like so bored. So bored.
How does that
Fascinating.
snippet go?
Bob, thank you.
Well, sorry?
How does that snippet go?
What, the
Risky.
snip? I mean, he would be talking probably, about his various neighbors. He'd
And then there was
mention
Kareen.
his
Don't like
aunt,
Kareen.
his distant aunt Kareen,
Oh.
who was a friend of the Creditors Foundation. Caused a bit of a disturbance in the village.
Alex,
one could say.
Ah. And Leora. You're from Thugaloom.
I am, yes.
Most profitable endeavor.
You see, there's almost a slight, it doesn't look like much gets on his nerves at any point in time, but there's just a little flash of kind of, it's like a something, there's something that kind of irritated him, but only for a moment, and yeah, perhaps he picked up on it, perhaps he didn't.
Well, could you see Kareen before me? Give her my best.
Oh ho!
But wait, between Malik and Curry?
Have a
They're
thing.
actually lovers. Yeah.
Well, it's probably a money thing, but we can
we can extrapolate from there.
we
that
can think
we're
what we want.
definitely banging. at some
Meow.
point.
We only fuck on
Meow.
beds covered in cash.
Wow.
Gold
Bit of a-
coins covering the bedspread.
Oh my god.
Bit of a
I
height
roleplayed her
difference
as a
in the
cat
two.
person.
Okay. Sorry.
Fascinating, Bod. Thank you.
Hmm.
Okay, that was enlightening.
Lovely.
Right, I'm bored.
What about you? Toad,
Oh, sorry. I was
tell the man your story.
my story. Yes. I was walking down the road and I met Pod. And
Walking from where?
from that way. He gestures southwest again.
But where did you start?
Well, I started in Tethariel, and then I started walking down the road, and
Have a drink.
then I met Pod, and we ended up traveling together, and then we came here to Fort Valor.
So you grew up together then?
No,
But
No,
you
we didn't
said
grow up
you
together.
started in Tethariel,
yes,
and then you started walking,
yes,
and then you met Pod.
yes.
So
I only met Pod a week ago.
We met in a tavern.
you didn't start walking a week ago.
I did. I've been walking for a week.
How wonderfully confusing
It took quite a while to get here.
and vague. Quan, your story.
Well, I'm not sure there's much to tell. I travel from place to place, serving, of course, my god, as I'm a paladin. He looks like he really does not want to make conversation with this man.
Paladins
He is-
love to
he-
tell people they're paladins, don't they?
The vegans.
He has not touched a single bite of his food. He is just looking.
Coincidentally, looking down the table, several of you haven't touched the food.
Who else hasn't eaten anything?
Toad.
Well, Charlie's made a good effort on the veggies, but he's a snail, so
He's eaten about
they
3
take quite a
million.
long time. Yeah, it's mostly just been, kind of at a snail's pace.
You said your god didn't mind doing what was necessary.
Well, to an extent, of course.
Not as mine.
And who is that?
Tiamat, of course.
Is that okay in this world?
Is that just
Yeah.
standard?
Yeah, isn't Tiamat like the god for the
Evil.
entirety of the first hearth?
Yeah.
So he's like a major god.
Can I
She-
inside check?
Is she
that?
like known evil?
She's like the god of dragonkind and the people from that area. She is worshipped perhaps more out of respect and fear than direct, but she's not like directly as evil in this incarnation of D&D. It's more that's like saying you worship dragons.
Can I insight check him? Is he lying about his god? Thank you.
Sure.
What do I know about
Is
Tiamat,
that
Jamie?
like a
You.
dragon?
You I'd ask everyone else to deafen.
Okay.
No! Oh my god,
No,
secrets
really?
already? Oh
I
my
got a
god.
22.
Fine.
22.
Seriously?
He's not lying.
Bye.
Yeah, Matt.
Alright.
Everyone
Well,
deafen.
Alright,
Oh, well, I'll give
Devin,
you a thumbs
let's
up.
go.
There are flashes in your mind of a 5-headed creature biting and fighting you and the rest of whoever else is there. You are intently filled with anger and fear.
Just by hearing the word Tiamat.
Yep.
Do I have any
Oh.
reason to feel
you-
logically?
Yeah, that's fine. We can do it quickly. You don't have any reason to fear that in this room. You just feel that. That
Okay.
surges in you.
Feel something.
Kind of you clench your goblet.
Eski, you don't go here.
Wait, did Eski not
Haha. No, I did. I just know that something was felt. Tells me everything I need to know.
Spicy backstory. So what did we all see? We just saw Quan clench his gauntlet.
Yeah,
Or his
you can
gauntlet.
see like
Goblet.
actually make a strength check, Juan.
I don't have a gauntlet right now.
I meant
No,
I
goblet.
meant goblet.
Goblet, you're up.
Freudian slip.
Strength
Reach out,
check.
you gauntlet in hand.
Oh my
Yeah,
god, I
exactly.
actually have no idea what my strength is. Okay.
16?
It's pretty decent.
That's a dirty 20.
30, 20.
Yo.
There
Oh no,
is
wait, no, I don't want that.
There is a snap and like a loud clang as you break the gauntlet. Like, sorry, the gauntlet. I'm doing it now. Break the goblet. The handle comes completely free of like the cup. It just shatters in your hand a little bit into like 2 or 3 pieces.
Ooh, wow. Razor better watch out.
He smiles with a very strained look on his face and says, "Delightful."
You look across. Fazul's trying to break his. I'm gonna make a roll, and he
roll.
like has to beat 20 with a +4.
Oh my
Wait,
God.
Jamie, do you know what? Fazul is a weak little bitch. He
Oh,
gets
wow.
a 3.
Oh wow!
Oh
okay,
my
yeah.
god, the portent!
Fazul, I've seen
course.
this moment in the future.
Yes.
He is destined to be outdone by Quan, and he rolls a 3.
Yeah, Fazul stares at this, and you see him trying really hard. That like a whole shoulder flexing, and then something just doesn't snap, and he really awkwardly tries to make it clear like he wasn't doing that,
That's so
and
funny.
puts it back down.
Oh my god.
Well, impressive. And you, Your Majesty.
Ooh, I like it when you call me that.
Finally, someone showing some respect around here.
It's
Ivor. You're a monarch, are you?
yeah, it's kind of like half answering, and this kind of takes on maybe a slightly strange expression. Oh,
We're
the
losing you
internet
a
is
little bit.
kind of funny.
Is Discord dropping out? Because
Yeah,
it seems
my
like
internet's
everyone's
kind
going
of-
weird.
Yeah, it's Discord. It's Discord.
It's Discord, yeah.
Change the server.
Let's wait for it to fix.
Change the server.
I'm trying to change the server.
Quick,
Wait,
abandon this one.
How do you even do this?
Oh my gosh. Discord hasn't died this badly in a long time.
I'm attempting to switch server location.
Jamie, help.
I'm trying. I forget how you do this.
Seems to be the MS is stabilizing a bit. It was at 5,000, but it's now. Oh no, it's back.
Oh my gosh.
Where is it? Where is server settings?
Server settings. Server region. I think they've got rid of it.
Oh, are we back?
Oh, we're back.
Oh,
Okay,
it's
hello.
fixed. A little
Good
bit
day,
laggy,
everybody.
but
Good day.
We got DDoS.
Hi.
We're good?
So,
Hello. So,
Casimir,
yes. So I think he maybe takes on maybe a bit of a funny expression. Like maybe this is the most honest version of himself he's shown the whole evening. And he sort of looks into his wine for a little while and smiles. And it's not a very nice smile, to be honest. And he just sort of goes, it's the power, really. It's the freedom to go out into the wild, to find a woman so strong, and to prove I'm her better. It's the thrill of battle, the victory, the fight, the competition. That's why I'm here. To win. That's my
But-
motivation.
I actually just asked where you were monarch of.
Oh. Oh, well, I'm
Malik.
Hyrule Montague.
Malik says monarch. Are we?
I am.
Would the High Praetor be aware
Oh, he doesn't need to know. What he doesn't know. Won't
of your
kill him.
claiming monarchhood?
Listen,
Or
it's
is
a,
this
it's a
just-
joke between friends, Malik. It's
Of course.
no, so
Listen
I'm
here, you
only
little shit.
I'm only heir to the House of Law, but Your Majesty is fine. Yes.
We it's a term of endearment that Ivor has asked us to is part of our bonding.
Yeah.
Uh,
As part of our bondage, please continue to call me Your Majesty.
Yes,
And he
Your
looks
Grace.
unabsorbed. and just
What is
gives him
wrong
the
with you today,
shit.
Ben?
Let
You
me
got
understand.
one thing on your mind, dude.
We have. So if it's just we have some spoiled princeling. A man from a village. Looks over upon Arvis, too irrelevant at the end of the table to mention. Sorry, Luke. Somebody who walked 7 days ago.
Yep.
Doesn't know that someone whose god is whomever. And you. Someone who can't stop talking about sex.
That's mercy. Yup.
Well, it is essential for the circle of life to continue, so I think it's quite
Very
a
healthy.
worthy topic.
Nothing to be ashamed of.
But what about you? You've been asking a lot of questions about us, but we don't know much about all of you. And he gestures at the rival party.
What's your story, Saul?
Yes, what's your story?
I'd love to know all about you.
I'd love to know too. He kind of like mimics things that Casimir is saying.
Well, it's simple. I'm here to prove my worth.
Oh.
I'm here to get chosen. To be the
Chosen?
next representative for my city. I'm here to be Archon. The next one. The Tiamat.
At the tournament? This actually seems to interest Casimir, and he leans forward. You're going to compete in the next one?
Well, if I get selected, certainly, yes.
Oh, good luck. And I
Um,
mean that
all of
not
you-
facetiously.
all of you will be very aware that the Archons of the gods 12, currently 11, given that one is missing, they select a mortal representative, each of the 11 great gods, to represent them on the world. Most are selected for various reasons to do with service to the gods, service to the world, whatever it may be. Tiamat and the Flameblade Syndicate operate slightly differently. They have a new one sometimes every year because there is a tournament every year where one is selected based on their performance in that tournament. So the Archon of Tiamat is one that perhaps more regularly changes than the others. That is what is being talked about here. Most of you, except for one of you, perhaps, will be fully aware of this fact. It is not a hidden thing. It is a relatively famous event. People travel across most of the world to watch it. It is something most people say you should see at least once in your life.
I had a friend once who went. He said it was the single most inspiring thing he'd ever seen.
Certainly, I've been every year.
Hmm.
Been training since I was a boy to compete.
Well, that's the most sensible thing I've heard you say. Best of luck.
How many Archons have there been? Are we talking like hundreds or thousands or?
What's the turnover rate?
There have been hundreds.
Oh boy.
Regularly, if you are the Archon and you compete, you've won for a reason, and you're probably going to win for at least a few years.
Oh boy.
Yes, I had the privilege of seeing the 325th Archon in his inaugural tournament.
I'd love to go. Toad, let's take a boat when all this is over to the first half and watch the tournament.
That sounds fun. I'd love that. What about you? And he kind of gestures to Nalos. What's your story?
Wonderful you to ask. I was recognized early on for my arcane ability, taken in, trained as we are in the ecclesiarchy, taught the various ways of magic. But I was given special purview and special consideration for training over the matters of fate and fortune telling. I was instructed that this was to be my area of study, so I got bored, ultimately, as one does of study, forged out into the real world, began examining the histories of the world, the futures of those people I met, rolling dice bones to determine what their futures may hold. And that's brought me here. Every decision I make, I roll a dice, decide if it's a good one or not. I rolled a dice. It came up 20. Without thinking about this, I came.
Oh,
So Nalos, you're a student of the arcane then?
Certainly, yes.
Trained. Let's talk later.
Of course. Are you similarly a student?
Oh, yes. As heir to the House of Law, I was certainly tutored in the ways of the arcane, so I'm relatively competent. Yes. Yes, that's where I have that knowledge from.
Wonderful. I look forward to it.
and what about
I
you?
foresee wonderful partnership in our future.
I do too.
And what about you? And Toad turns to Talarin, who's sitting next to him.
Owen kind of grunts, sits up. Well, as discussed, I was taken in at a young age to do order. Yes, silence. We are trained combatants to young. Since we were young. This is my first mission. No shame in admitting that, but I was sent out. I've been given a target. I thought it was useful to gather allies. I'm glad the rest of them are here. And that's all I'm willing to share, frankly.
Do I get, what kind of vibe do I get from Talarin? Has he been laughing along with some of our snarky little
No,
jokes?
Deadly serious.
So he's super serious?
Yeah.
And what do you do for fun, Talarin?
Nah, I'm not going to share that with you.
Oh, but he does do something for fun.
Spaced.
Casper just leans back and says, well, personally, I hate fun, so... Fair enough.
Cracks a knuckle ever so slightly.
Gosh!
Well,
Is that, threatening, or...?
Tiny bit.
Toad nudges his chair, scrapes it along the ground a little bit to, move slightly away from Talarin and slightly closer to Groodle.
Another threat of violence.
You've asked.
He also
Griddle,
takes his
like,
plate and moves it away, so Charlie's a little bit further away, too.
You've asked Grudel. Most of that. There's nothing really more. So you get to
Corin.
Corin. Well, I grew up on the outskirts of the Elven realms, and slowly but surely, my parents were appointed in the ministry. I was brought in. I was trained for quite some time in our various laws. I was to be some kind of perfunctory, but it bored me. So I, took secret archery lessons. Befriended the animals nearby. I have a companion. You haven't met yet. They weren't involved, or they weren't kicked out. Looks at Vazul. And yeah, I decided to rebel, as it were, leave and seek fortune and fame on my own. It's not sounds almost cliche, really, but I suppose just city life didn't appeal to me.
Jamie, I have a lore question.
Yeah.
Is it common for humans or other non-elven folk to live in the kind of elven forests?
Not super common.
But does happen.
Does happen.
Okay. Cool.
Can I make a one action weave roll to see what into Teleron's past and see what
Yep,
his
go for
fun
it.
is? Okay, so it's past, so DC 10. I got 10. Just about.
What are you trying to see?
I want to know what his fun is.
What his fun is?
Yeah, I want to know what his fun. What does he do?
Thank
What is
you.
this fucked up
Yes,
thing he
what
does
does
for fun?
Talaran do for fun?
If
Tell
I
us.
know what he enjoys, I can take
I
it.
got
from him.
89 again.
Everyone
I got
mute.
another 8.
What? Mute or
Everyone
deaf?
mute.
Who's on mute?
Mute.
You
Everyone.
mean deafen?
Except for definitely except for Ben.
Oh, definitely. Okay.
Oh. Oh, bye.
There's quite a different image in front of you. An elf standing there, bow ready, aiming at a set of soldiers wearing the arms of the bulwark of honourable states. And we'll come back. Hello.
What
I
is
couldn't
that
hear
face,
anything, but Ben's face says a lot.
Ben? What was just shared?
Jesus.
Dr. Fluffy Paws in chat says, "Good lord, that's
Jesus.
sick." Jamie, I can't believe you'd even say that on the stream. I'm scared.
Yeah.
I say
You
in
know my
private
style
too.
opposite at dinner?
Oh, there's for fun. Say nature lover. Enjoy spending long walks. Dogs, walking them.
Oh, do you have a pet dog?
I used to. She died. I
Oh.
never
Oh.
quite got over my first forever dog,
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
She'll return to the soil and,
Yes.
as is
Her
the way of
energy
the
will
world.
return.
I too have recently been bereaved of my animal companion.
That's
Was
true.
all scoffed.
Casimir's beloved, His Majesty's beloved specimen
Yes.
17.
Specimen 17, a name reserved only for those we love.
It is a blessed number.
We're more insincere by the minute.
Who is that? Is that for
Is all.
Cassie just gives him the happiest little smile.
Obviously we've already learned from Grudel. Toad kind of turns to look at Gruff Brom at the end of the table, who's a very stocky dwarf man, and Toad kind of freezes up. And he doesn't say anything to him.
Well, I suppose you're coming to me, although you can wipe that look off your face.
Toad brings his plate slightly closer to him and kind of shuffles Charlie a little bit, sheltered away from him.
I used to be a blacksmith. I fucked up. People died.
Oh.
I had to leave. Now I'm here, looking for anything that makes me forget. That's all I'm willing to say.
How do you mess up as a blacksmith so badly someone dies?
Rasha could never.
Make an insight check.
Me as Aaron, I feel bad for this character.
Me too.
I know, kind of like him now.
They all have backstories.
Tragic
There's a 14.
backstory.
They're all sad people. What was it? Well-adjusted
14.
people don't go and hunt dragons. Not that Race is a dragon. Spoilers. No, I'm kidding. So 14 was anyone else? As you kind of ask, he winces and ever so slightly puts his hand towards one of his axes. It's not important. I don't want to talk about it.
Wait, he's got an axe at dinner.
Oh jeez.
2 of
To be
them.
fair, Pod's just wearing his shield. Like,
None of the others have come armed. This guy's got
Just-
2 axes on him.
This guy's got some PTSD, man.
Oh no.
Okay. I guess no
maybe
one else
he
makes-
used to eat with the axes, and then and that's how he killed the people.
Daddy, will you carve the Christmas turkey?
Gone
Well-
horrendously wrong.
This has been wonderful. It's good to get to know each other, understand the capabilities of all of the teams. Dessert, please. The final course comes in. I understand we are to be treated to a sparring session between the teams. A wonderful opportunity to see who perhaps has the early edge. Why don't we put some stakes on it?
Yeah.
Additional starting supplies, or help, or a weapon. Whatever
A
you
stake.
choose on the initial fight.
Ooh. There's gonna be steak.
We could just a bet.
What about a 2-day head start to the winner?
Wonderful. Good plan.
I was going to ask
Why-
for sole.
why would
I was
you-
going
why
to
would you
ask
do
for
this?
sole rights of the route taken, but 2-day head start, fine.
2-day head
Didn't
start.
we-
The winner
didn't
of the
we-
match between Pod and Fazul.
Didn't we theory craft this guy was like level 7?
Yes.
Oh no.
Okay, so we
you-
are
Sorry.
hinting.
Good about this, right, Pod?
Why are we doing this?
He kind of looks up. He's got his like.
Fazul, you
Enough
see him kind of
food.
playing with this, playing with like
Huh?
fork. Just looks at Quan. Last chance, and he stabs the fork down on the table.
So aggressive.
Okay, DM. I don't want to metagame here, but on a scale of like 1 to 10 of like strong-looking people, how does Pod fare compared to Fazul?
Hey, it's a different type of strength, all right.
Yeah, you don't know what Pod's capable of. You know that
You have
Fazul's
no idea.
probably
You've never seen him
stronger.
before.
Like from a physical point of view, yeah, Fazul's stronger. But you don't know what Pod's capable of.
This is a sparring match. This isn't like
On a scale of 1
Turn
to
into
20,
sheep
how would
match.
you rate Fazul?
Yeah, you know, if this was like a straight fist fight or like a sword fight, yeah, Fazul's gonna win. But is it that?
Is it?
He says,
It's alright, I got this. It's
Well, when
easy.
is the spa happening?
I thought we agreed after dinner.
Oh. That's quite soon, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Can't let your practice be in vain.
No, training is important, I do agree. I'm going to train after dinner, personally.
Can I join?
Sure, we can train.
That sounds fun.
It's not fun, it's necessary.
We'll have fun together. It'll be great.
We won't have fun. We'll work hard.
I can't wait to have fun with you, Your Majesty.
Casimir looks to the side slightly crestfallen, but at least not insulting.
Malik, a wonderful idea. A 2-day head start for the victors. Or the name.
Pod, to be clear, you're going to win, aren't you?
Pod, I really don't think this is a good idea.
Are you trying to make sense? I'm gonna run to the bathroom.
I have absolute faith in you, but we're all tired from the from the trials. Are you quite sure you want to do this?
Well, I didn't. You made short work of that goblet. You could just repeat the same on Fazul's face.
No. Pod has absolutely no chance of winning. He will be crushed. But the head start doesn't matter.
Wait, Eski.
Yeah.
What during the week that Pod and Toad have been traveling together, what kind of
Yeah.
examples of Pod's combat prowess has Toad potentially seen?
It really would have depended if we ever got into a fight and how death-defying it
Well,
was.
you choose.
Pod
What did we do now?
Pod
Did
would
we
have
get in a fight?
absolutely not have. He would have always opted for a more peaceful opportunity. He would have always opted for a more peaceful opportunity every single time. Unless there was a life-threatening situation, you probably would have never seen him even cast a spell.
Also, does Toad know that you're a furbolg? Or has he only ever seen you in disguise self?
No, he's only. Wait, no, he would have seen. Yeah, he would have seen natural.
Okay. Yeah, I reckon he can take him. What Toad says.
Whether he can.
I don't know why you put stakes on this. I was not intending to win this fight.
It doesn't matter. He will lose, and they will have the head start. It is how it was meant
It's
to
not
be.
about the losing. The point is Pod is going to walk up there in front of everyone and potentially be quite badly hurt.
And that is his destiny.
Well,
Brutal.
Change it and fight for him.
didn't you already show us earlier that you can do, like, magic with your hands and fix him?
Again, he's kind of like still slurping up food. Yeah, I could do some
No.
magic.
No. Kumquat, you can heal him.
God. Asma says loudly, again laughing into a whine.
Malik says, clearly there is some disagreement in your group.
Oh wait, Malik's here.
Yeah, you're still at the table.
Yeah.
We
We're
will
not
retire.
fighting yet, dude.
We will retire to our rooms and be ready to watch in approximately an hour. Whoever you so choose as my champions. That word sends shivers down your spine, Quan, as he touches Fizzle. My champions. Opponents. We shall see you then. Come. And as he stands up, his team slowly begin to follow him. Taloran kind of nods. Not so as I said, the sense of the Taloran doesn't seem underhanded, just way too serious. Nods as you leave. The other two, the bard and the just kind of smile and wave, like kind of oblivious to the tension. Corin, who has not kind of stopped watching and is also very serious on Toad, seems to leave fairly seriously as well. Fazul, a rather wicked smile. Nalos smiles and waves as well.
Bye.
Pod kind of like finishes his bowl of whatever, and he just like, does he want to fight me?
He's going to beat the shit out of you, Pod.
Oh,
I think
did I say something to him?
Well, I seem to have signed you up for it because I thought that he wanted to go to the spa, but
I thought he wanted to go to the spa.
yeah.
I'm not being funny. He's a low intellect, piss-haired weasel. But
Look,
I do
I'm
think
going
you will cave your face in his
I'm going
ass.
to be honest. I'm not much of a fighter. I'm very good at not fighting.
So why did you agree to this, Pod?
I didn't know that I was going to fight someone. I thought he wanted to go to the spa.
So in
Look,
fact, you don't want to fight him. Is that
I
what you're
mean-
saying?
I don't think it's a good idea.
No, but you must fight him.
I must.
Must is a strong word, Mercy. In fact,
can we win? Is there a way we can win? All I care about is winning. Do we have tricks? Magic? I can interfere. Any of us can interfere. How do we make it happen?
No, Pod will lose, and
No.
they will
I will lose?
adventure
We won't lose.
with a head start, and that is how it is supposed to be.
How?
Fuck that.
Do you
2
think
days
he
is
looks?
a long time.
It is.
It's about the journey, not the ending.
Well, we could just ignore the 2-day head start and leave at the same time as them anyway, and
We could
dishonor
just
the
leave
whole
now.
thing. We could
Ilara
just leave
Ilara says, "I'm like, that's not in the rules. That's not how this goes."
There's rules. I didn't read them.
Yes, of
I
course,
can't
they get a
read.
2-day head start. That's what we just agreed. If they win,
Ilara-
I have absolute faith in us.
I don't.
Ilara, do
I don't
you
listen to
know
that,
this
right?
Fazul man?
Oh, not really. I know my father was instructed to invite him by the Federation for this
Ah,
competition.
is
He's
he
from the
like?
Flameblade Syndicate. He's intending to fight in the tournament, to be serious about it and thinks he could win. You won't live, Pod. He'll punch you once and your nose will come out the back of your head. Which I can fix, by the way. Just...
I'd
won't
rather
like
you didn't. No offense.
No, you have
I
no.
can fix it myself.
There is no harm of Pod dying.
Mercy, please, we're having a serious conversation here. This is not something to be taken lightly.
I mean,
Come
if
on.
we were to fight, what would the win condition be of this spar?
Beating the shit out of him. Oh,
So I just have to, like, knock him over.
you could
Turn him
force
into
him to
mulch.
surrender. Can you mind control him? I mean, I could charm him, suggest he does something he doesn't want to.
I mean, I can stop him.
Stop him from doing what?
Anything? Like make him stand still, like frozen in time.
Oh, like hold him in place.
Yeah, like hold
And
him in
then
place.
beat the shit out of him while he's frozen. Yeah,
I mean,
good.
that seems a bit rude, to be honest, but, like, is it
But you
not
do
count
it.
as a win? Stopping him? Like, he's not doing anything.
No, he's just standing there. It's not your fault if he just freezes. That's a him problem. And he should probably address it before he walks into the Stormlands to fight a bandit queen.
I think His Majesty has a point. If anything that you throw at him now, if he's not prepared for that, then how is he going to survive the adventure ahead of us? In fact,
It's all
if
in the spirit
anything,
of training.
indeed, training.
So we're all clear. We're going to interfere with this in every single way that we can.
No. You must not interfere.
Well, I'm going to, and you can't stop me. I'm an aberrant, remember? I do what I want. Fate has no hold on me.
That's fun.
No. But his is written.
And maybe in the fight, Mercy, he'll trip and he will punch me so hard I will die, and you will have your freak happening of fate, and you can go home.
Why don't we, I mean, we have to fight him?
Yes, we do. Because
Okay.
now there's something we can win. We do
No,
have to do it.
we don't have to do anything.
I mean, if we're going to fight him, then maybe we should, use a fighter to fight him.
How about we settle it with a game of cards?
That's a great
Unless
idea,
we're
Toad.
playing a game
Let's
of cards,
ask
I feel pretty-
Zoltambo if he'd like to play cards with us.
I feel pretty confident about beating him in cards.
Then you should propose that. I think that's a great idea.
I don't
Okay,
think you
well,
can bring
how
me,
about
so
this?
I am
We
also
tell
confident.
him in this spar he can fight cards against me, or he can fight with swords against and he points at him because he's got a sword and I don't.
That
But I
sounds
do have a
fair.
card. Well, I have multiple cards. I have a whole deck.
I'm sure you do. Well done.
Do you want to elaborate on that one?
On what deck of cards?
Okay.
He kind of pauses and looks at the group. I don't understand what's so funny.
So, Paladin, since you are so strong and righteous, will you step in to help Pod and give at least Vazul the chance to pick if he would like cards with Pod in his deck, or swords with you, who him is inexplicably enamored with?
If
I
you
think we
about
could
it,
give him the choice. You know?
if Frederick has got such a kind of crush on Kumquat, then perhaps that would give Kumquat the upper hand, because
Who are you talking about here, Toad? Sorry, I'm terribly confused.
you know.
At this point, Quan is looking very stressed at the idea of fighting Vazul and also trying to beat him in a card game, and also Vazul's inappropriate behavior throughout the evening.
What's the matter, Paladin?
I just don't think a fight is necessary. Now, look, if you, Pod, you really don't want to fight him and you've gotten yourself into this mess, I will spar with this man, but I can't
You
guarantee.
mustn't. Pod must fight
Mercy,
Fazul.
stop. Fate is boring. Stop.
You are interfering in things you do not
I give
understand.
up.
It is Pod's destiny to be defeated tonight. I cannot make that clearer to you.
One, beat the shit out of the ham-fisted trollop so we can all watch and cheer. Please, I beg of you.
And if you blow him a kiss at the beginning, I'm sure you'll
Why-
have the upper hand.
Why don't
Do
why
it.
don't-
He'll be so distracted.
Why don't we flip a coin? Then fate will decide. Like,
Yeah,
But that's a
like
great
Na-
idea, Eleanor.
like Nalos said, let the dice decide.
let the dice decide.
I mean, I don't see why my idea of either giving him the choice of either cards or sword is not a bad idea.
I think we all know what he'll choose, Pod.
Wait, I have a coin. I have a coin, and he takes out a shiny platinum piece, which
It's worth about 500 gold pieces.
What?
Wait,
Any of
what?
you look.
let's flip this, and he flips the coin.
We
Heads.
We didn't agree what was going to be what.
Well, it's in my hand.
Wow, that's really impressive.
So,
Was that a piece of platinum?
well, I don't know. It's a coin.
Can I have it?
Sure, but afterwards, first we need to reveal who is the winner. So, I only have a D5 with me. Sorry, a D6.
Quite frankly, I think we're talking about the loser here, but go ahead, Mercy.
All right.
If you
Well, I
really
hope I
want to
win.
send off our friend to... He almost says get beaten up, but stops himself.
There is no want in any of this. This is written, determined. This is what you've all failed to grasp. It is bigger than any one of you, any one of us.
Except for me, by the way. I have an exemption. This doesn't apply to me.
Quan, heads or
I do
tails?
not.
Mercy can decide.
Pod, heads or tails?
Why Pod? Pod doesn't want to fight Fazul, he's just said.
It's his cranium that's about to get...
Well, in that case.
Got a new character design for him, I think.
Well, if Pod doesn't want to fight him, then Pod shouldn't have to fight him. This doesn't matter. And he gives the platinum coin to Casimir.
Wait, really? I can just have it.
Yes.
Oh my
doesn't mean you
God.
can add 500 gold pieces or a single platinum to your inventory.
It should be
He
a
just
single platinum.
stares at it. And just... Thank you.
No worries.
It's the face of a man who's going to go on a shopping spree tomorrow.
Okay. So who's Elias like jumps in like, so who's my champion?
I mean, who would you
If
like
Pod
to
doesn't
be?
want to fight, it's sword. So if you're not willing to fight, it's Quan or no one, right?
I mean, Mercy seems to know Destiny pretty well. Perhaps Mercy should be the one to fight him.
I would be happy to fight, but it is not my destiny. I do not have a destiny.
I'll
That
do
is,
it if you help me cheat.
That is convenient.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
Casimir.
Okay.
Oh, you
Sorry,
can help me
Ivor.
cheat.
I'll fight him if you'll help me cheat. I mean, I don't want to die, but...
Wait. I think I can help you cheat.
I will spar with Fazul.
Wonderful. I'm glad that's decided. We got there.
I'm so glad you're so enthusiastic, Juan. Yay.
Oh, I'm really looking forward to this. This will be so fun.
As everybody retired,
I am gonna get my shit kicked in.
No, we're gonna cheat.
Ah,
We're
man,
gonna cheat.
easy,
We're
we
gonna
got
cheat.
this.
Don't worry,
We'll
don't
make
worry,
it.
don't
We'll make
as
it.
everyone
don't worry.
retired, each of their separate groups, spreading out amongst the manor to prepare for this. Casimir, you go to check your pockets. The coin's vanished.
Oh.
It's
extremely upsetting.
It's the crestfallen face of someone who knows prestidigitation well.
You just lost 100k.
Pod, you miraculously, not sure how, it returns to your pocket. So not Pod, sorry. Brain. Toad.
Toad. Oh,
returns to your
okay.
pocket.
I was wondering. Oh,
Yeah, why is it my pocket?
hello. You came back. Okay. He puts it back. in his
Casimir
pocket.
just looks at Toad with the face of, damn, you're good. You got me.
Oh, sorry.
Nice.
Yeah, you can have it back if you'd like.
it's
Give
fine.
it to Casimir
I've
again.
seen the trick once. We don't need to condescend.
It's like the fishing wire with the £5 note.
Yeah.
So, as the various groups get ready, are you guys doing any snooping? Are you sending Arvis on any snooping missions to find out anything from the other group before the arena fight?
Does Fazul have any
Why,
sort of...
why are you calling it
Yeah.
arena? Like, this sounds like a big deal now, and I'm scared.
Oh yeah, it is a big deal. I have a passing off and everything.
Does Fazul have any sort of dangerous, deadly allergies? Like maybe, I don't know, to peanuts or something, you know?
Not that's revealed in the half an hour between the
Oh.
dinner and the fight.
That's unlucky, guys.
So, given the time,
Can I do a weave roll?
on
Maybe
what?
I. No, I guess I don't want. I don't want Quan to win. I do.
So, it will be done in the evening, so no new portents and no long rest or anything like that between now and the trial of skill. Given where we are in the story, and given that after this there will probably be some preparation or downtime, we are going to leave it there, and you guys can spend the week preparing.
No,
How
Jamie!
Oh,
best
no,
to
no,
interfere.
no!
It's only 10:30.
Hold.
Come on, I want to see the fight.
Cold.
Fight,
If-
fight,
Hey,
fight,
wait,
fight,
if-
fight,
if-
fight, fight,
Fight, fight.
I am willing to be overruled. If you guys want to have
If
time,
you leave it a week, I'm gonna pussy out.
We do this now.
Raise your hands if you want to keep going.
Right now, you and me, let's go.
That's very well.
Esky, you guys
I
are staying?
am
There you go.
overruled,
Yes.
We have time
and
for
we
a fight.
can jump onto roll 20,
Hell yes, let's go!
Yes.
where I will quickly prepare. I haven't actually got tokens for the other
I
two.
want to see Sai beat the shit out of
Me too.
this fucker.
I
let's go.
hate. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I will absolutely not beat the shit out of us all. Just saying
Yeah,
this
you
right,
will,
right
yeah,
now.
you
All right, we've got a lot of checks. It's fine. Come on,
You will.
Oh, fucking.
we're gonna have a long rest after this. We can blow every spell slot we have.
You do realize that dirty 20 that I rolled on the goblet was the best roll I'm gonna get tonight, right? Like,
True.
Luke, could I, between now and next session, do you mind making small tokens of each of the faces of the artwork you've done?
I'll do it now. Do you want to saw one first?
If there's a one, would be great. Yes.
Hell yeah.
Going fast.
She's zooming.
She's zooming.
Okay. Cool. If everybody goes and roll 20, you can be at the arena.
Beautiful.
Great. We can switch music, I feel.
Yes, I need to find some.
what the fuck is this like? Chill Spanish music, some shit.
I need to find some ballad music. Give me a second. Gonna go for.
Yo, I need to go for. Do I have time to be obby
Yeah,
before?
sure.
Okay, goodbye.
Just organizing.
File name: Fazul Stupid Ugly Face. PNG.
I like it.
Is this cyberbullying?
He's not real.
Nice.
Ooh. Let me look at my spell list.
Okay, you may all position yourself, except for Quan, on the stands.
Hmm.
Thank you for the token. That's good.
Cat break. Cat break.
Cat break.
I love her.
Oh, double cat break. Hello. Evie got FOMO once again. All right. Let's have a look here.
Okay, you can all arrange yourself in the stands. The other group are on the other side. You're on the left stands.
I'm so
Wait.
ready for this.
Toad and Pod are up there.
Yeah, that's the left stands, right?
Oh, the left stand of the
Yeah.
top stand. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it can be, yeah, anyway.
Either way, wherever you go. Casimir on the wrong side.
No. Fuck.
It's fine. We just get him to move to kite to us.
Yeah, kite him to us, yeah?
Kite him to us.
So
and
about
then-
here, this 30 foot.
Yeah, it's all about 30 foot, and then
Yeah.
we're good to go. We can
Getting
we
my
can
side
cheer.
down.
We can cheer really loudly, and you can hear us better from 30 foot away.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, before any combat would have started, before we got into this position, Pod would have walked up to kind of right before he walks out onto the stage to Quan, and he would have patted him on the back and said, "May Killenvor bless your path," and cast bless on.
Okay, we'll make sure
Almonds
Sai
right
is
hand.
aware of that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. He
Okay.
looks like he's
I
about
don't know
to shit his
I don't know if
pants.
I have a chance to talk to Fazul before, but maybe when they're
Yeah,
like
yeah.
lining up in the stands, I'll probably just sidle up and say, "Oh dear, I suggest you remember what he did to that goblet. I'd like to cast suggestion and just put some fear in him, you know? It feels reasonable. It has to be a reasonable suggestion, but if it will hit him with a disadvantage at some point, you know, maybe
Okay, I will
spook him
say
out a little bit."
he will roll his wisdom saving throw against your thing, and if
My DC.
he will have disadvantage on the first attack if he fails.
Mm-hmm.
He rolls an 8. So for the +1,
Yeah.
he fails. So he has
Failure.
disadvantage on his first attack.
Mm-hmm. Just some friendly advice.
Okay, stepping out to the arena. The crowds have long gone. It is now getting to twilight. Quan, it is difficult to even see Zul at the other side of the arena.
I have night vision, so dark vision. I mean,
Night vision?
You're cool.
He's got
Night
some
vision.
goggles on. Like,
DM, I've got dark vision.
Okay.
that
Meet in the
whining
middle.
sound from Splinter Cell.
Zul looks at you and says, "I knew you'd have to stand up for your friends."
incredibly smart of you, Fasul. You've got me. And that was pretty sarcastic for a paladin.
Ooh.
I'm glad I do. Fists or swords?
That's gay.
What does his weapon look like, given that my shield is still in pieces on the ground somewhere outside?
His weapon looks quite nasty.
Mm.
And when you look at it, you feel blood in your mouth.
I don't think weapons are necessary, and he looks around at everyone and looks at the big sword.
Toad shouts from
No.
the stands, "You should wrestle!"
Very well. This it is. First to the floor.
As you wish.
It drops the sword next to him. So you kind of take it up. You see the other group cheering on, Malik sitting there smiling. The rest, Nalus goes, kind of looking into the orb like, so close. Can't even foretell the outcome.
You do this to torment me, right?
I do, yes.
Absolutely.
I hate you so much.
Could you specifically roll a perception check? Yes, actually, yes.
That rolled a lot. That's 14.
You see that she twists the base of the artifact she's holding, ever so subtly, almost attempting to try to mirror what she's doing with her hand. It's a sleight of hand attempt. She's failed. She bestows a luck point upon Fazul. And you know she's intended to do that.
They're as underhanded as we are.
So, Fazul, just hands up. Let's begin. Paladin. And could you roll initiative?
God damn it.
Oh boy.
All right.
Needs to go well.
Oh,
Ooh. Hang on.
what do I get with bless? Can someone remind me, please?
You
D4
a D4 added to this.
to your saving throws and attack throws.
No,
Okay.
to your skill check. Oh, no, so this isn't a skill check.
No,
you
that's
don't get a hit.
that's not
Guidance.
bless. That's guidance.
Oh, I was thinking about guidance.
No, bless is plus 1d4 to all your saving
All
throws
rolls
and
are
all of your
16.
attack rolls.
That's unfortunate. I've rolled a
Well,
19.
19. All right.
Is that with the d4?
You go
Yeah.
first. You go
Yeah.
first.
Well, I guess I'm gonna punch the man.
Are you gonna try and kite closer to your friends?
Go on. You gotta
Get
get within
his
30
ass.
feet. No, like look like you're ducking and bobbing, but actually you're like, you're just
Sure.
getting closer to the stands for us.
Sure, yeah. I'd probably goad sort of like before we start fighting. I'd goad Vizor to come closer and then run at him.
Okay. Move yourself and go.
Okay.
Boy.
I actually can't move myself.
Oh, is it because I dragged you? Okay, if you might need to drag yourself on.
We've lost the combat overlord.
Repeat that music.
No, that's not repeat.
There we go. There's 2 of me now.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Okay, right. Gonna attack him.
I'm so excited.
Can I add a d4 to my attack
So
roll?
I'm going to say
Yeah.
that Zul is going to run at you on his turn, and you're going to prepare an attack for when he gets in range. So the minute he gets in range of you, this is what's happening, but it's technically his turn. You do add a d4 to the attack roll, yes.
Does he go first?
So you go first. You attack first.
Okay.
He has run over to you.
Okay. Oh my. That's a 19 to hit.
19 does hit for Zul.
Okay, unarmed strike.
It's a d4 plus your strength modifier, which I think is 3. Or is it
D4
4?
plus my strength modifier. Wait, D4? Right.
D4 for every attack. So it's a few rounds here. No one's
Oh,
getting
I'm
insta
nervous.
KO'd.
I'm nervous.
That's a 4.
4 points of damage. Okay, yeah, absolutely. As Fazul kind of charges in, he's cocky, and that immediately shows as he kind of like attempts to lunge forward. You quicker than react, you manage to cut him straight across the jaw with your fist. You see him kind of slam through, and the rest of you hear it as it's a solid connection, and Fazul's head kind of snaps to one side. Next attack. One.
I'm rolling. 17.
17 hits.
Okay. That's another 4.
Another 4. Absolutely, yeah. At this time, as he's getting staggered, like not expecting to take that hit, takes a step back. At this time, you slam him straight in the nose. I pop back, and you see it immediately starts bleeding on one side and pouring down his face. Like he wasn't expecting either of those strikes, especially not the first one, and the second one kind of pushed him back a little bit further. However, it's now his turn as he kind of steadies himself, gets back in, and is going to roll
At disadvantage.
at disadvantage. He's going to miss. As he's throwing he lunges a little bit, flies completely off course, and you manage to parry ever so slightly. But however, his left hand is coming in. That is a 20.
Pod
I'd
would
like
like to use his
Ooh.
reaction to. His eyes will flash green, and he will cast silvery barbs.
I was gonna do that.
Does that impose disadvantage?
It makes him roll. You have to take the lower of the 2 rolls. Yeah, basically disadvantage, and it gives advantage to
Took one.
took one.
Okay, that's fine. He's going to use the lucky point. He hits.
Frank,
Can I also use my reaction to do the same thing?
No, because you can't impose double the disadvantage.
Okay.
Damn it.
Next attack roll.
Okay, so this is going to do 7 points of damage to Quan. As he rolled a 3
Wow.
plus 4. As it, like this attack, there is some strength behind it. It's not entirely a kilter, and you sense that there's a little bit of messing around with it from magic from outside. But this time catches you straight across the jaw, and now your head is spinning as you kind of both take a second, both perhaps respecting each other slightly more now that you've both actually hit each other. There's some force there. Steady yourself. It's your turn, Quan.
Do I get advantage on this?
Yes.
Hit him, kumquat! Total shit from the stands.
You get a D4.
Okay.
Are you guys armored? What's the AC here?
Oh,
Yeah, armored, yeah. No, you missed this one. This time he's more ready for it, and he kind of gets his hands up and pops it to one
But
side, and kind
She
of
has
immediately you
advantage
sense.
as well.
Yeah,
I
roll.
rolled with advantage.
Yeah, roll with advantage. And this
Yeah.
time you sense that this is like someone with a seasoned combatant. He doesn't just like block it and let it hit him. He rolls with the blow, pushes you to offside, gets you slightly off your feet, and then your next attack.
Wait, isn't that one your 1d4 that you add to your
Yes, so it's
roll?
11.
So it's 11 that you rolled.
Yeah, still doesn't hit.
Yeah, still misses.
Oh, did I only have advantage on that first attack?
I don't know how that works.
From silvery barbs, yes.
Okay, well, I missed the second one.
Yeah, the second one. That's cool.
Oh,
As this time, just all seems ready. He's rolling with it. You're off kilter. Your second one kind of you try to go for his thing, and he blocks it with his elbow.
I rolled a 5, a 1, and a 4, dudes. Like,
Fizzle's time.
Classic Psy
Happens.
rolls. Oh my
Happens.
god.
Fizzle's roll. Anybody stopping it for any
you
reason?
vapid sack of shit, is what Casimir will say if the attack lands with his reaction.
That's okay. That's Oh, only if it hits.
Only if it hits the silvery barbs.
No,
Yeah,
that's
it's
one
his
misses.
reaction. Second one?
Second one would hit.
Yeah, okay, silvery barbs. Advantage
6.
back on Quan and disadvantage.
Well, no, this time he does. As he kind of like looks to be going in, you see him kind of sizing up Quan, and he kind of goes to strike with his elbow. And as you he kind of looks out to one side, and that gives Quan the space that's needed to kind of get out of the way and duck just slightly. It kind of whizzes past Quan's hair. Quan, your attack.
oh boy, this is gonna be a while. Okay, that's an 18 on my first attack and an 18 on my second attack.
Hell yeah, let's
Fuck
go.
yeah.
Both
Like,
hit, yeah. You should roll advantage with the first one in case you crit.
Okay, I will roll again, but that is extremely unlikely.
I believe in you.
That's
Oh, close.
Oh!
Ooh.
Hey, what did you roll?
a 19.
Who's the champion fighter?
Yeah, I am-
50-50, the crit.
I
you
am
know.
going to. Yeah, I'm going to open
19
roll for this
down.
rather than do it in person.
Okay, so that is a 5 and a 5, so 10 points of damage.
Oh, absolutely. These two, as you see separate, he's kind of looking back. He kind of glares at Casimir, and he's completely caught off guard as one of your elbows just like cracks him straight in the temple. And you see him kind of like go to one side. He comes back, and you see there's like a cut here. His eyeballs are bleeding down. His eyes bloodshot, and he doesn't notice it's your second hit straight in the face, and a tooth goes flying.
That's right. Eyes on me, idiot.
Okay, Fizzle's turn. Can I roll like this? 22.
Damn it.
Oh,
Can we not silvery barbs again?
we can do it.
All right, I'm going to use another spell slot.
We're all the
11 misses.
He's as he's trying to punch, he's just
Yes,
causing. He's from both two sides of the thing. He's just getting little flashes of light, just distracting him. From
Oh,
the
sorry.
corner.
This is doing bludgeoning as like a D1 plus, so I should read this. 8 points of damage. As he finally tears his eyes away from whatever is happening between Barney and it. At this time, takes some time. You almost seem there's like slow motion as you are unable to stop. He cracks straight up, comes straight up through. You bite your tongue. You've sensed actual blood in your mouth now rather than just the feeling of it. And your head whips back and you see stars. It's your turn.
Okay. Do I have advantage?
Yes.
Oh, okay. 19 on the first attack, 9 on the
Nice.
second.
9. First attack hits. First one this time as you're ready, as you kind of shield back. This time you kind of come down with both your arms and slam on top of his head, and his neck cracks down. However, as you attempt to follow up with an elbow, he manages to roll out of the way, and you kind of look up, and he is looking. How much damage was that for the first one?
5.
5. He's looking a little hit. He's definitely taken some damage.
So have I.
This is his roll. That's
Go
a
on,
23
Quan.
to hit.
You can
Does it
do
succeed?
Yeah.
A
23.
what? Sorry?
Archon, and you can't even punch a sad little paladin into the ground.
Can I?
It's another
Can
silvery
I?
barbs for
Strength-
disadvantage.
22.
Can I
Okay.
use my
Hits.
bonus action from the audience?
Yeah, what do you want to do?
I'd like to cast Healing Word on Quan. Toad's
Okay,
just
I'm gonna need a sleight of. I know you're. I'm going to need a sleight of hand check. I appreciate there's not in the spirit to not get caught cheating. That's
No
a bit more
problem.
flagrant use of magic.
Help action.
Yeah.
Help action.
That's fine.
Was that
that's fine.
22 with a disadvantage, Jamie?
Yeah, 23 and 22 is what they roll.
Can I do that, Jamie? Can I give Toad the help action?
Yes.
Okay. So is that an advantage on this roll
Yeah.
then?
Slight hand check it with advantage.
Try
Look at us,
healing
look at us working together, guys.
Yeah.
This
spell
That
only
healing
has
word is a bit.
the spell only has verbal components, so I am genuinely cheering to him. Go on, Quat! Go on, come Quat, you can do it! Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Okay, one of them fell off the table, but the other one's a natural 20.
Yeah.
Hey!
No one notices how much you help. So, like, sure, but somebody magically healing in the middle of a fight would be noticeable. That's why I'm an
Just
hero.
like,
But no one
Yeah.
notices.
Some of his
How much do you heal,
bruises,
Quan?
heal. 1d4 plus 4 hit points. So
Nice.
Nice.
Oh shit! That's a 3 plus 4, so 7 hit points.
Look at us cheating our little hearts out. I love this.
Okay. It's his turn. So this is the first set of damage he does. 5.
Wait. How much was the first attack and how much did I get healed?
You got healed 7 hit points. I don't know what the first
points.
attack was.
Was it 8? Jamie said.
Yeah. No. So you've been hit 3 times, including this one. This is 5. You've been hit for 5, 8, and 7, and you've been healed for 7. So you've taken 13 points of damage.
Okay, thank you.
Cool. Second attack, not a disadvantage, which I'll roll to roll 20. You can all see these rolls, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We sure can.
The natural
Yes!
1. Cool. In which case, I will give you a free extra attack.
Let's
for the extra one.
go.
He will have the same thing.
Oh,
So you
Let's
attack 3
go.
times this turn.
Sick.
easy for Quan.
Oh, I rolled a 2.
Misses. Oh, you have advantage because silvery barbs.
You do have
Oh,
advantage on this one.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I rolled another 2.
Misses.
Why does
You're-
insulting him make you hit harder?
He kind of trips in the same way Casimir did when Mercy tried to assassinate him, and all of you miss everything.
Oh my god.
2 more attacks.
Bumbling idiots. What, me?
Yep, but not advantage.
That's a
Hit 20
dirty
hits.
20 and a 17.
Both hit.
Okay. Oh, 11
Ooh.
damage.
11 points of damage. Okay, both of these are nasty. As you both trip, you're the first to steady yourself. It's all still off balance. This time you kind of clap him with both of your hands over his ears. And as you kind of look, as he kind of like stares up, he's like staggering from side to side. Ears are slightly bleeding, cuts either side. Kind of looks up and snarls a little bit. Like clearly that hurt. Tougher than I thought. He is going to action surge.
Oh,
You can do this, Si. If
17.
you beat him, he will take morale damage for the rest
that
of the
hit?
campaign.
17, does that hit?
nope.
Nope.
My AC is 18.
Wow.
Remember, you've got a D4
26 and a 19
every one of
is
your-
a crit. As a champion fighter.
For fuck's sake.
Can I silvery barbs?
Whichever
Jamie?
bobs that one, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I sure hope Tiamat
19.
isn't watching this result. It's embarrassing.
A 19 again. Roll
That's
damage to that one.
disgusting.
He
A
kind of like
219
swallows
euro.
the words as he watches the blow come in. Like, oh, never mind.
The 3, 6. That's 10 points of damage. As this one, just as you parry his first strike, you are distracted by Casimir in this sense. As this one is straight across the face, and you feel your nose click ever so slightly out of place. That you're like, something's going to happen. As you now see stars and are slightly staggered for the next 2 attacks.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh,
that's a miss. 14. Miss as well. 10. So of 3 attacks, you only hit 1, but it was a crit. Double 19 is nasty. Your go.
I rolled another 2.
How many?
Advantage.
2?
This is an
You have
advantage.
advantage. You do have
Okay.
advantage.
A natural
Advantage.
20! Yes!
Fuck yes, let's go!
Oh no.
Alright, okay.
Smite him! Smite him!
Honestly, fucking smite with your fist.
Smite with your face.
Smite him!
Come on, Paladin, you know you have to.
That is. Oh my god, that's so pathetic. Oh
That's
my god.
6 points of damage.
Yeah.
As your fist
Can you not smite?
connects
Come on.
roughly the same way his was, I completely thrown off balance. He walks a couple of steps back and is swaying heavily. You sense another hit like that would take him down.
No. I'm gonna be like, he used action surge. You're allowed to use smite. That's just.
You're just playing by the rules.
I rolled a natural 1. Oh, as if I just rolled a natural 20 and then a natural.
Oh my god.
3 attacks for him. Same
No.
rules.
No, I'm ready to silvery bobs.
Yep,
Anyone
over to you,
that
buddy.
hits.
19.
Okay, well then, so I silvery bobs that one.
You got this, Quan! And he's gonna do another healing word.
17. Okay, we'll deal with that. 17 doesn't hit, right? Or does hit?
Doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit.
I don't
That's
know.
another sleight of hand roll.
Save
Alright.
the healing word unless
With
you really
advantage
need
for the
it.
help
Boy, this is
action.
scaring me. Yeah.
Mercy helping me
Yeah.
out again.
Yeah, help action.
Clarify. He has 4 HP left.
Ooh, okay, that is a 15 on sleight of hand.
Okay.
I don't know if you want
I'm
to
gonna roll a collective roll for the other team watching.
Oh god. I'm nervous.
Team's grief.
Given that this is important, I'm going to take a picture of that.
Box of Doom.
Box of Doom?
No, I've rolled already.
Oh no.
Unfortunately.
I'm scared. Why is he photographing the dice?
That's a
Does he just
1 or a
roll
20.
like 4 natural
Yeah,
20s?
It is a 1 or a 20.
It's
Yeah.
a 1
or
or
a
a
20.
20. It's a
You guys
1 or-
can wait to see him play a shot.
Fuck! We're all gonna have a full-on party combat right now.
Hell yeah, let's go.
A box of doom is a good idea for those in the future. Look in player chat. So,
Okay.
Holy
how much do you heal?
Wait,
How much do you heal?
What is...
One.
Oh, is it that one?
Oh, that one!
On
Yes!
that one.
Hell yes.
Nobody notices. They're too engrossed in this
All right.
combat. How much do you heal, Quan, for?
That is a 2 plus a 4, so 6.
6 points. Okay. Quan, how much HP are you on?
I'm looking pretty good.
Yeah, he
Are you?
is.
I am on 17 HP.
17 versus 4.
Wow.
With some cheating and healing, I will add to this.
Obviously.
Is
Wait,
it
why,
my
why am I
turn?
rolling? Sorry. No, it's he's got 2 more attacks.
Oh fuck.
Yeah,
Oh shit. I shouldn't
I've
have
And
said
then-
already,
Oh, you're right.
This is-
I've already silvery bobs one, so.
And a 9.
No,
'cause he
doesn't
rolled a
matter if he
2.
all
Doesn't matter.
misses.
Weighing off his feet.
Oh,
Quan.
baby.
up.
Finish him.
Miss.
Another 2. Another 2.
What is this?
I
You're
rolled
actually
like
cursed.
5 2s.
Just go on it,
no,
England.
silvery.
You
no
get
silvery
advantage.
bob?
Remember, you got a
No.
silvery spot.
Roll with some
Did you
real
do it that
dice.
time?
Roll 20 hates you.
I don't think so. Maybe.
No, remember, you get advantage on this one as well.
Why?
I didn't
'Cause
do it
silvery
last time
bobs.
'cause he messed everything.
Oh, yeah.
No, I did. I
Oh, you
did.
Okay.
I
Okay,
did on
you
the
do,
first
yeah.
hit.
Oh, because he had 3 attacks. Yes, it was the first
Yeah,
one.
I did on the
Yeah.
Do I
first one.
still have bless?
You still have
Yeah, you
bless.
have blessed the whole time. It's like a minute.
So that's 17.
Yes.
17 hits.
Okay. And I'm just gonna roll my second attack while I'm here. Oh my god. Do I
Bless.
only
You only get
Okay.
advantage on it, so you missed the.
Yeah, it's only one
You
advantage.
missed
Do I-
the
do I
second.
get
It's
blessed
only the
on-
first.
You get less than every hit. You get less than every hit.
You're not gonna. You can't bless it up to him from 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
16 is the number you're looking to
bless
hit.
up. You can't bless up.
Bless it up. So
Bless up, boys.
4. You slam straight into his forehead, an open palm, almost like a stunning strike trying to knock him out. And his body stands still, shudder ever so slightly, and then something keeps him up.
Ah, he has
Okay.
relentless endurance.
Is he No. Is
Hang
he?
on.
He's a half orc. No, he's
He's not
not.
a
I don't know
half-orc.
what he is.
No. Just
Did it-
cheats.
And
Do I
cheeks.
do I see any reason as to why he's not
Yeah.
on the ground? Is he unconscious?
Eyes. That's in you saw earlier. He's not unconscious. He's standing up. His eyes go ever so slightly amber, turns lizard-like slits, and there's draconic scales on his eyes. And it's his turn.
Phase 2.
Yo.
Sorry, let me
music
just, let me
just
just
changed.
change
Almost-
this.
Yeah.
Let me
That
change
roll
this
on my
Dark
screen,
Souls music.
rolled the
Give me a
dice, that
second.
was a 20 that tipped to an 8. 18. Does that hit?
It's
Silvery barbs. You lizard-faced fuck. Die already.
That hits.
Oh.
7 points of damage.
No.
Ow.
As
Well done.
slams through. There is anger, there is rage, but there is tiredness in that blow. On. Right.
You have
Wait,
advantage.
he only attacks once?
No, he attacked twice. He missed the first one.
You can do this.
You have advantage on this first one.
You can do it.
23.
20.
Hey.
Put this kid
Yes.
down.
Let me just check his
Finish him.
reactions. He does not have riposte. Fair enough. Go for it. Roll the dice.
That's a
One.
3.
1. How do you do this?
So after Fazul's last punch, I nearly just said Aku. Quan is going to look at Fazul, look at the people that have been helping him, and just smash his forehead onto Fazul's forehead and bash him down onto the ground. As
Tanjiro
he
from Demon
says,
Slayer.
seems like you had no reason to be so confident. And yeah.
Absolutely. Making Tanjiro proud. You slam in and his eyes glaze over. He falls to the ground, hits the mud hard, lays there completely still. As I presume the rest of you cheer at your paladin.
Asma's just laughing hysterically.
Yeah, go Kumquat! Yeah.
Lara stands up, Malik
What
stands
an
up as well.
idiot!
Wonderful, wonderful. Well done, well done. Wonderful start. Anyone else? Any other rounds, or is it too late?
No, I think we'll call that quits.
Wonderful.
No.
Well, as decreed, Alara, a 2-day head start. Malik says, wonderful, as agreed. Someone heal him. And look, there's disappointment dripping from the voice.
No,
As
don't worry, we'll
Rum-
do
Rum-
it.
runs forward and puts his hand down and seems to cast Cure Wounds, the bard. Azul stands up, looking furious. There's like a level of like grudging, furious respect at Quan, but towards the rest of you, there is nothing but disdain as he storms off.
Casimir just calls out, better luck in Tiamat's arena. Might want to delay your entry.
The rest of the team kind of follow after him. Rest of his team, anyway. Malik leading the way. First round to you.
We lift Quan onto our shoulders and cheer.
No, you don't do that. He's very heavy.
Casimir runs
You're gonna have to
down.
roll a strength check if you want to
He
do
like
that.
runs down, stands in front of Quan, looks up at him and says, I'm going to do this once. And he gives him a big hug and says, thank you for beating the shit out of him. He deserved that.
Quan looks very touched at the hug.
It's malicious and it's really vindictive. And it comes from not a good place at all.
With his knuckles bruised and he's got probably a bloody nose and a black eye, he gives him a weak one-armed hug and also turns to Toad and Pod and says, well, normally I really don't condone cheating, but it was appreciated, thank you.
We didn't cheat.
And Pod says in the most absolutely not convincing whatsoever.
Wait a second,
Absolutely.
Wait,
I don't know if I would have known it was Toad that would have healed me.
You
I
would,
mean,
and
you would have been focused on the fight. Like you wouldn't have.
Yeah,
You
but
would
I
have
can
noticed
feel,
silver
yeah, but I
ribbons at
can
all.
feel myself being healed, right? Like it's not. I know
Yeah.
that someone did it. So.
Someone did it.
They don't
but-
know who it was.
Okay. Well, I turn to the party and say the same thing.
Oh, we didn't
well, I don't
cheat.
actually remember seeing any rules written down anywhere. So how can you cheat if there's no rules?
No, all he said was first to the floor.
Mm,
He beat you to it. The only race he'll ever win, I fear for him. So, 2 days head start.
Well done, Kumquat.
He
Well-
sighs, but he does give a big hearty laugh and a sigh of relief. Actually, after that, straight after that, He looked very apprehensive before, and yeah.
Not bad.
Congratulations.
Not bad for a paladin.
So,
He goes to say something to that comment and decides against it and just goes, "Thank you, Casimir."
Oh, it's too wholesome. Oh no.
Congratulations, Quan. Maybe I misjudged you. Maybe you're more of a problem than I thought.
And that from Mercy is, I think, the biggest compliment you can be given.
oh hey, and Toad like kind of like elbows Mercy in the side, like, you were wrong about that fate thing.
Where was Severus there?
Yeah, we all just turn around and Pod is just on the floor having the shit beaten out of him.
In our celebrations, we smacked him in the face.
Fazul just like dragged him under the bleachers and fucked him up when we were celebrating.
No chance.
True, actually.
Seems like destiny isn't so irrefutable after all.
Perhaps not. Or it's coming for all of us in a different way.
Let's keep the tone happy.
So, with the group joyous, having won their first bout with any opponents, even if this was a friendly rivalry.
Friendly.
My nose
Friendly.
says otherwise. It's never going to look the same ever again.
We'll leave it there with one bloodied but victorious, the rest of you bonded and triumphant, perhaps, ready to embark on your actual mission with your actual enemies
With a 2-day head
Perhaps.
start.
with a 2-day head start.
Boys, didn't this feel like an anime episode? Like,
Yeah, it was very
Kinda
animated.
did, yeah.
like we've now got the like bonding moment. It's sunset. We're like feeling good.
We can all stand with, like arms around each other, looking at the fading sun in the distance. The world better be ready.
Together, we will defeat Razor Jalen.
Again, thank you everybody for watching. Thank you to all of you for playing. I'll send out the doodle poll soon after this for the community signups. Please keep in mind. And thank you everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next week. Bye-bye.